What is up, everybody? We are back online, and I have power. It's warm in my house again, too, which is fantastic. Why is the XSplit thing giving me shit? Anyway, what's up? How's everyone doing?
What's up? Oh, man. I'm doing good, you know. I tried a Pizza Hut pizza for the first time in like a decade, and it did not suck. So that was
good.
cool. Yeah, they had a Detroit style pizza that I did a video for, and I'm just like in my head. It's kind of like we're in the modern age. People are like, when new entertainment comes out, the least we can hope for is for it to not be woke. Well, with pizza, I'm like, just please don't suck, just please. And somehow it did not suck. So I felt good about my life.
All right, that's awesome. How are you doing, Culture Casino?
Oh man, life is lovely. I'm having a great time. I just got off of Justin Proper's stream, and we were acting the fool. It was really good. I put him in a lot of compromising positions in the memes that I did while we were. Nothing be there when you're saying silly things. So, what's amazing is he was on Wes Moody's stream night before last, and we
lost our own host.
He was on Wes Moody's stream on Wednesday. That was last night, right? Yeah. He was on Wes Moody's stream, and it was so funny. He didn't mute his mic, and he went to the bathroom.
Oh, my
God. So everybody got to hear Justin Plooper.
Was he actually taking a crap?
No. It was just a very powerful stream, though. He has the stream of a 20-year-old. I'm
powerful. You let on a lot with those words.
It was, and then we heard him flush, but we didn't hear him wash his hands.
Oh God, that's funny. I don't know what the hell's going on StreamYards. Apparently, because I initially made it. Oh, I made it private rather than unlisted. Shit. Okay.
What?
Oh no, it's like it's not getting any like the stream information, like the comments coming in, so I can't highlight stuff. Damn.
You can drop out of StreamYard, hit edit, and go public.
Well, I did. I opened up another thing and I hit edit, and I hit public, and it gave me an error. Wait a moment, then try again. So it's being stupid.
You want to start another stream?
Nah, we're good. I already got this one going.
We've gone this far.
Yeah, we got this far. I can't highlight stuff, but I wanted to highlight TM Martin's comment, which is Comic Solution is alive and well on planet Texas. Yes, I am.
Yeah, dude, we were worried about you.
Stupid. Oh yeah, I've seen my comments section here on the right that YouTube doesn't support comments on private videos. Those hostages.
Yeah, so man, it's been an interesting ride over the last, I guess, like 3-4 days at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we all know, Sunday was Valentine's Day, and I cooked dinner for the wife and I, and I don't remember what was happening. She's like, "Holy shit, it's snowing," and you can see it because we have a 2-story house and we have a window like where the stairs are at, and you can see the snow coming down. And we go to the backyard, take some photos. I mean, it is like crazy snowing.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything's fine, no big deal, right? And then like around 3 a.m. is when the power starts getting cut. And they're doing these rolling blackouts. ERCOT, which is the organization that manages all the the grid throughout Texas. We have CPS here in my town, which is they're the ones that supply the stuff. And is this the chat?
Yeah, I pulled it up on the screen.
Okay, all right, cool,
nice.
And so we start going through these rolling blackouts. But the problem was rolling blackouts. You're supposed to have like power for a certain amount of time, and then you have like a blackout for like 15-30 minutes, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But they were doing 5 minutes of power, 55 minutes of being blacked out. So we had like no time to heat the house, no time to keep the refrigerator cold. It was pretty bad. And the thing that sucked about it is like the power flickering on and off in the middle of the night kept waking us up. So it's just we didn't sleep very well. we got up at like around 8-ish in the morning. Power comes on for like 20 minutes. I make coffee. I was able to heat the oven and cook some bacon because we thought at this point, everything should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Power goes off and it just flips back and forth throughout the day. And at this point, it's like, shit, gotta make sure everything's turned off. I want to make sure all my electronics aren't getting bombarded with stuff. So I haven't flipped the servers on in the garage yet. Hopefully nothing got tanked.
Dude, it seems like every third or fourth thing, it kills the drive for me. Like when that happens.
Yeah, but I got enterprise grade drives in my NAS, so it should be okay. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so this happens around. Me and my neighbor, we've been kind of helping each other out. He didn't have water, and I'm fucking Captain Prepper, right? So right. I was like, here, man, here's some water. You're good to go. And a lot of it, he was needing like water to flush the toilet. Because their pipes froze a little bit. They managed to clear it, which was good. So another pipes burst, and so he's like, text me, I'm gonna go get a generator. I was like, that's a fucking great idea. And I look at Lowe's, they still had stuff. Everything else was like cleared out, but like this Honda generator, it's the EU 2200i, I think is what it is. Mm-hmm. And I go there. They had 3 left in stock. I bought one, which was awesome. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go drop this off, pick up my gas cans. I should have picked up a gas can when I was there. I was like, okay, I should be fine. I get my gas cans. I go try and get gas. All the gas stations don't have power, so you can't pump any gas. I find a Circle K that still had power. I go to pay for it, and I'm like entering my PIN. Power dies. Yeah. So at this point, the sun is beginning to set and the roads are beginning to freeze again. Because I end up like hydroplaning like 3 times trying to find gas. I mean, it's scary shit, dude. So I go and I'm like, fuck this, I'm going home. I go home. I'm like, okay, tell my wife I could get gas. We'll get gas tomorrow. The other thing too, when I bought the generator, I asked the guy, does it come with oil? He's like, yeah, it should have everything but the fuel. I'm like, great. Tuesday morning, I get gas. Me and my neighbor, we hop in his truck. We go around getting gas. We do some other stuff. He's trying to get eggs. I still have a few eggs. But we go to the grocery store too. Yeah. So we get gas. We come back because the store doesn't open till noon. We go to the store. He wants, we were getting a bunch of stuff just like, because at this point, the grocery stores haven't been as heavily rated, but the milk, eggs, all gone.
Oh, man. Of course they were. Of course they were. First things to go.
Pictures of the meat section were deeply disturbing to me.
Well, that was yesterday. This is Tuesday still.
Oh my God.
I get the motor oil. I'm good to go. I'm able to get the generator going. At this point in time, by the time I get back, it's like around 2:00. Power comes back on. Yay. Okay. Everything's good. It stays on for roughly, I want to say 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5. And right around, I would say 7:00 is when the power goes back out again. So maybe it's like around, about 4 hours. So yeah, at this point in time, I test fire the generator. I get the oil in there. I get the gas. Good to go. Generator's set. Power goes out. I'm like, okay. Start the generator. Plug in the refrigerator. Here's the other thing too. I recently, I've had a fish pond, a koi pond at my old place for a number of years. Finally got things set up here. I had like this like liner that I just had like my one fish in, which is another. The reason why I have one koi left is a completely different story. But anyway, so that was just a fucking nightmare. So the fish are fine, even though it froze over because they kept the thing is what kept me up Monday morning was the fact that power would go on, go off, and I went to go check to make sure that everything was flowing into the skimmer properly. Because if the skimmer door closes, it doesn't pump the water. Right. It trickles in slowly. It means there's no circulation, and then it freezes. Ultimately, it ended up freezing anyway. Fish are fine. I have an aerator in the pond. Was I finally able to get that going? Fish are good. I mean, it's cold as fuck. They go dormant, so no big issue with the loss of like oxygen in the water. They're good to go. So anyway, Tuesday rolls around. Like I said, at that point when the power goes on, at like 2 or 3, I think at this point they stopped doing the rolling blackouts, but we ended up blowing a transformer in my neighborhood, so we were down for over 24 hours without power.
Dude, that's the worst. Was it mineral oil in it or no mineral oil?
Dude, I have no idea.
Oh man.
Anyway, so the transformer in the neighborhood is out. We go back to generator. I'm fine. Wednesday rolls around. My boss is pinging me. There's some stuff. I'm like, she's like, when you have power, you need something. You need to deal with something. I'm like, all right. I was like, it's like I'm in the process of firing the generator now. I'll get to it when I can. But it's like, we're still blacked out. And, and the thing that sucks too is like, obviously no power means no hot water. So you can't take a shower. And after like a day and a half of not taking a shower, not being clean, you start to stink. So that was fun. So when Tuesday, we got the power back on Tuesday, I told my wife, is like, it's been like 30 minutes, go take a shower. It's like, well, I mean, not that I'm like, God damn, you stink or anything like that. But it's like, this is our opportunity to get clean.
Yeah.
At this point in time, you start feeling gross, right? I mean, it's like, it's just, it's disgusting. Your hair is greasy, you feel nasty. So we get cleaned up, which was great. Again, like I said, we ended up losing power. Wasn't able to have a hot shower till today again, which sucked. But, oh my God. But the thing that was so funny about it is that, you don't know what it's like to test your preps until something like this happens. It's like, I've definitely found deficiencies. Obviously, not having gas on hand. It was one of those things that I had a gas can, 5-gallon gas can, obviously not enough, especially with the generator. And I was like, what?
Don't forget the stabilizer.
I have stabilizer. Here's the thing. I had the can, I got the stabilizer, but not the fucking gas. Dumb. I was totally slacking on that. Should have filled that sucker up months ago. Yeah. Anyway, so I have like 15 gallons of gas sitting in my garage. I got the stabilizer for it too. Everything's good. I'm gonna get like a larger container for gas storage at this point, since I have all these cans laying around. So that was one. Not having the generator was another one. Because I didn't expect this outage to be prolonged, but dude, I'll tell you, that Honda generator was like $1,100. It was money well spent.
Yeah, dude, and you can actually get a multi-fuel Generac that'll work with diesel and with natural gas. And since natural gas always flows, you should, that's something you should look into. And that's the kind of prep work that I like, because it makes it so that I will always have heat and power. Because a Generac.
Well, at the time, I didn't have much of an option. It was just like, here's the Honda generator. That's all you got.
No, I'm just saying they're awesome. They're totally worth the money. I wasn't dogging it. I'm just saying, you can run your whole house on a big Generac. You can.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm kind of looking into some stuff like power wise.
Are you taking advice from culture? He lives in a desert. What does he know about the cold?
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Like my neighbor, he bought like an inverter for his. He bought 2 inverters, one for his wife's minivan and one for his truck, and it was awesome. He had this thing hooked up. He ran an extension cord all the way into his attic because he has a gas furnace. Mm-hmm. And was able to turn his furnace on, had heat. He had like cables running everywhere through his house. We ended up doing the same thing. It's like I had one running down to my fish pond. I put a splitter on so I could plug in the aerator. I ran another one in all the way upstairs into my media room where my networking gear is at. I got internet back, thank God. Yeah. I ran another one to the second refrigerator in the garage, and I ran another one into the bedroom so my wife could watch TV. And
was running things like Clark Griswold over there. What are you doing?
My neighbor was even worse, man. He had cables going everywhere, but he had like lights and shit, and we weren't going for that.
Is that the state of Texas right now?
Well, we got power on now, so which is good. And ERCOT has stopped the rolling blackouts, thank God. And then we have like another 4 to 6 inches of snow today.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
It is fucking crazy.
2021.
Yeah,
Comics.
2021.
You lived the movie in 1 week, and it all sounds like it was a direct punishment for what sounded like a very romantic and amazing Valentine's Day, only for it to backfire and say, "How dare you enjoy this evening?" So here you go.
It was terrible. I mean, and the thing that sucked about it is I had President's Day off, man. I was planning on going to the range and doing some shit. And I look outside in the morning. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going shooting today. Not gonna happen. Nope. Not today. What can you do?
Not today.
But yeah, but here, like I said, man, it's like I had the food, I had the water, I had a means to cook, which is all great. But the thing I didn't have anything to heat the house. Okay, so we have a 2 fireplaces, one in our bedroom, one in our living room.
Cool.
I did have wood from a tree that was cut down earlier in the year, but I don't think it was seasoned enough for it to burn properly. So that sucked. We ended up running the furnace or the gas in our bedroom because it's a gas. It's been converted to where you don't have to like burn logs and shit, so you can just run the gas and you're fine.
So it's fake.
Yeah, it's fake. No, it's a real fireplace. You can take the shit out and well, it still is. You can take the stuff out and put like real logs in.
Right. And, it's kind of the same argument the Sparky News podcast makes about his vasectomy, but okay.
No, I mean it's a real fireplace. It's not like a fake one.
Okay.
I mean, anyway, so that sucked. I ended up going and I ended up buying a bunch of shit. It's like it's not gonna show up now. It's not like it's gonna be useful, but it'll be useful for the next time this shit happens. So I got an indoor use propane heater for the house, which is gonna be great. I'm trying to remember what else I got. There's nothing too. It's like I couldn't find my weather radio. When we moved, I bought a weather radio like years ago, and I couldn't find it. And that thing, it can be solar powered, has a crank on it. So we had like really low means of communication up to the point where we got the internet running. Because the cell service was terrible, dude, because all the towers were on backup generators. So it's like, you could text fine, you can make calls, but God forbid you tried to use the internet and get any kind of information. I mean, it was bad. So, we were using my neighbor's Wi-Fi when they got theirs up for a bit. Dude, it was, my wife, she's like, I don't know what I'd do without you. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Everybody thinks you're crazy when you're prepping until you freaking need it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's a good thing I did all this stuff, right? She's like, yeah, it's a really good idea. Most people, they didn't have stuff, right? I mean, like I said, I was set for food. My freezer stayed, cold, nothing thawed out. But we had all this food. I had this can, these cans of chili, and so we had some chili. I was able to, I made breakfast sandwiches on Tuesday, or was it Wednesday? Maybe it was yesterday. Where I fried an egg. So I like I said, I have this camp stove, fried an egg, and it has like a thing where you could toast bread. So I did all that. It was fucking great.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
The kings. It's kings of the apocalypse.
It's just, yeah, I've been worried about all of my friends that live, around the Texas area because, dude, that's why I reached out and gave you a call. I was just, I know.
I appreciate it, Drew.
I know people are people were just kind of caught unawares, really, when that happened.
Well, it doesn't normally happen there, you know.
Yeah.
When's the last time? He said 5 inches in Texas tomorrow, Drew.
No, that was today. 4 to 5.
Today,
4 to
5
6.
inches.
Yeah, 4 to 6 inches of snow. Yeah, we got snow right now.
Yeah, we're supposed to. I think we're supposed to wind up with something like 6 by morning because we still got that lake effect going on tonight. So it's great to see everybody. By the way, great to see you, Nick. Great to see Great to see you, Culture. We kind of it was kind of weird starting my show early. It's like I wasn't used to that. It was funny because Raquel was not used to it either. She got there like in the middle of it.
Poor Raquel.
And Steven came in later, and
Right.
we had shout out to our boy Brian the Gravedigger was back tonight, so that was cool. We had some fun with him, and it was a good episode. I'm gonna have to get you back, Comics, because we're getting into some really good episodes,
dude,
that you're gonna want to talk about.
Let me pull this up. I'm gonna try and
I'm wondering.
I clipped some stuff for you, bro. So if you hang on just 2.
So, Culture, are you playing another person's chat in your?
No, I'm playing his chat. It's right
this
there.
is this chat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys the pictures I took because I posted them on Facebook. Not Facebook. I'm sorry. I posted them on Twitter.
This is of the store, right?
Yeah, this is the store. So this is my local grocery store I go to, and I already got stuff like on Monday. I got like an extra propane tank because I wasn't sure how bad it was going to be. This is the egg section, completely wiped out. And this is yesterday. Milk, completely wiped out. Meat section, completely. And over here, you can barely see it, but that's where they have like the lunch meat and cheese, completely wiped out. Water section, completely wiped out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
All right.
This happens occasionally whenever there's like a hurricane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
but I mean, that's hurricane level shopping.
Yeah, I'd walk into that store and think I just walked into a place that sells weed on the DL.
StreamYard is not letting Tom in. What the hell? What? Hang on, dude. Let me send you the link, Tom.
I got right in, Tom.
Hey, Comics,
sucking his gut.
Comics, did you check the vegan aisle to see if people are still going for that even in the dawn of the apocalypse?
Dude, like the last time, like during like, when the coronavirus thing hit,
yeah,
that shit was still there.
Boca burgers.
It's funny. I asked that because I work in a grocery store, and at this store, like the whole I was looking at like the frozen aisle, and like everything was cleared out, but there was this giant stack of vegan jackfruit cakes, and then there was this like cauliflower pizza crust. I'm like, even when people think the world might end, they're like, no, I'm not touching
nobody goes for this vegan shit, man. All right,
that's why I had to ask.
Let's get to some super chats. Oh man, I can't even read that.
Oh, let me scroll it up. I'll make it
read.
Oh my God,
Jumanji or Jamagini.
Jumanji. That's Jumanji. Jumanji for $2. KK has officially played herself. It's great. LOL. What the hell's going on?
RK Outpost posted an outstanding video that you guys should watch. He was basically the catalyst in this. RK Outpost, he posted this video about when Kathleen Kennedy was talking about how women need to be in power and recognized. It was like some Academy Awards video. And then she even says in the video, fade in. Like some cute. Fade in.
Oh, dude. Okay, so Ishi's saying, does Texas look like Metro 2033? I gotta post the pictures I put on Twitter on mine so you guys can see it. But yeah, actually, let me pull it up again so you can see it, Ishi. Yeah. But yeah, that it's
she posted that video and they had like 100 likes, but had like thousands of dislikes to the point. Yeah, to 10,000 to the point where they shut off the like-dislike ratio and the comments.
Oh, what
so Ryan Kindle, you are our hero. Thank you for posting that video because you sent the flock there.
Dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what he's talking. I'm sorry.
Riff Magos, I can see it now. A Fandom Menace themed metal band named Fade In. Well, I can sing. Just saying.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Tia Martin for $4. Thank you. She says no. She has no comments. Hang on. Let me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me share this real quick.
Thank you for being here, TM Martin.
Narration.
Thank you for supporting the channel, TM Martin. Thank you for being here. Hail the chat.
Yes, hail to the chat. Oh, fuck, I'll just share this monitor real quick. All right, so this was the egg section right here, completely wiped out. This is the I have another one too with the frozen food section that's completely gone. This is the milk section. The meat aisle down here is like the lunch meat and cheese, and that's all gone. Water aisle, but yeah, like the frozen food section was completely destroyed.
Comics, I'm gonna be honest, man. All I saw was the one you posted of the water aisle, and I was like, "Who is he bitching about water?" What? I didn't see.
No,
the rest
dude,
of them.
I posted several. I should have posted them all together. But yeah, I posted multiples, and somebody's like, "You should get a life straw," and I replied back, I have 5 different means of water purification, and I do have a life straw. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's like. No, but it's like everything was gone. Like all the ramen was gone. All the the rice and they still had some rice and beans.
No doubt. Really?
No, yeah. When I was walking down, there's like this lady picking up this big old bag of pinto beans. Yeah. So she's got the last big bag. It's insane. I didn't post a picture of the gas line, but fuck, it was bad. Okay, can you scroll down?
Oh, sure.
Culture.
Yeah, I'll read. I'll continue reading. If you scroll, I'll read. Can make this collaborative effort.
All right, here we go.
I kind of feel bad that I'm not reading my own super chats.
Okay, Matt G. Where's Culture's wrench? What sorcery is this? LOL.
Culture,
for $2.
Post something. I will make you a wrench.
I'll work on that in a second. I'm busy trying
Matt G.
Ishi, would a life straw make piss drinkable? I have no idea.
Theoretically, yes.
Okay, Lasso Truth. Glad you're back in your warm home comics. Yeah, I am too. That was the thing that sucked, was being cold. Okay, because like when we got in bed, I was wearing my thermals. I'm still wearing my thermal top.
Layers, yeah.
But it's like you get in bed, everything's good. You get out and you're like freezing your ass off. And we have tile in our bathroom. So it's like it's really cold. I'm so glad we didn't lose water, but the city does have a boil notice right now, which
oh my god
sucks. But like I said, I have multiple means of water purification, and because of the boil notice, it's like fuck. I was running to grab some more water if they have any.
What is a boil notice?
I figured they would have a boil alert. Usually, when they think that the water's low or the water supply may be compromised in an area,
the water tables.
They'll tell you to go on and boil some water.
Well, there's a lot of reasons. One of the things that they did is CPS didn't prioritize power to the water sanitation stations. Yeah, so that was an issue. One which is what caused, I guess, some people to lose water pressure. If you lose water pressure, you're supposed to boil your water. We didn't lose water pressure, so technically we're fine. But I have a lifesaver jerry can. I just filled that sucker out.
You need to read the Jack of All Casuals. You skipped that one.
Okay. Oh, I did. Okay. Jack of All Casuals for $1.99. Wish I could do more. Hope you and your missus are okay. We are good.
Yeah,
my wife was taking it pretty hard, but I was too busy to like worry about this shit.
Yeah.
All right, Tia Martin for $10. Hail comics and panel and chat. Glad you are okay. Question: Ex-Texas Governor Rick Perry, also known as Governor Goodhair, said Texans rather suffer and be independent power grid than be regulated by the federal grid. Reaction. I don't know. I mean, federal regulation is a bad thing, but here's the thing. Part of the reason why we're in this situation is because we didn't winterize our shit, and this was the result. So the reason why this stuff had problems is because of a lack of winterization. We have nuclear power plants that had water freeze, so therefore they weren't able to cool the reactors, so they had to shut it off. We had wind turbines freezing, and everyone's like, oh my God, this is the reason why green energy is bad. Not the case. They weren't winterized, so they froze up. The other thing, too, is that our gas pipeline was not winterized, and that froze up, which also caused issues. So the biggest issue here is the fact that we didn't winterize stuff. As much as I don't like federal involvement, I can't say whether this would be a good thing or a bad thing if they actually got involved. Who freaking knows? Anyway, yeah, he's called Rick Perry. We call him Governor Goodhair. I've been calling him that for a very long time because he's got very good hair. But I always thought Rick Perry is a bit of an idiot. So that's also part of the thing too. Is the dude is an idiot. I honestly think that oh God, Abbott, Governor Wheels is doing a much better job.
Dude, I'm in Illinois, man. It feels like I hold my beer on how one out idiots the other. Trust me, I would know. Oh man, Illinois special ed.
Yeah, well, well, that's the thing too is that it's a bit of a mess. I'll have to check out that Young Rep video, Carmen, and see what he says about it. But yeah, I mean, Rick Perry, yeah, he's a handsome man. That's right, TM. Can you go ahead and scroll down?
Hang on, right screen. That's it.
Okay, is that it? Is that everything?
No.
Okay, there's more. Okay, good preparation exercise. Yeah, it certainly was. Glad you're okay, man. I am too. Let me tell you that the freezing part sucked. I'm definitely gonna make sure I have firewood in the future, because like I said, that we kept putting logs on, and I thought it was seasoned, but they didn't burn like they should have. Mm-hmm. So that freaking sucked. Thank you, MTAC Shark. Thank you for the $3. Go ahead and scroll down.
That's it. I've got more coming. Just give me a second.
Oh, okay. Oh, I could just read them.
Yeah.
I have another screen I can go to.
It's no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah. I just saved it, so now I'll throw it in there. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm kind of wondering what kind of magic he's doing. Through the magic of the interwebs.
Real-time clipping. So just 2 seconds. I will get them up there. Super Chats 2. Here it comes. And
oh, yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Excellent.
Did it not refresh?
No.
Nope. Still saying the exact same thing.
Window. My bad. Hang on. Control C.
God, Culture Casino.
I know. I'm
DiabloDame for $5. Glad you guys are okay. Yeah, same here. I mean, we've actually had people that died of carbon monoxide poisoning because they would get in their cars, not open the garage, and turn the cars on to get warm, right? Because your car can still produce heat.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's several people that needlessly died. I mean, I have the Nextdoor app on my phone. I'm constantly seeing people. Where could I get food at? My children are starving. What it's like, you got bread, you got peanut butter, you're good. You got canned chili, you got raviolis, Chef Boyardee, you're good to go. This is the reason why I have this stuff, is because of these types of emergencies.
Dude,
so
I have so much food in this house. It's just dumb.
Yeah. And like I said, with those photos I showed you folks, if you are not prepping, that should be a warning to go and do so once stores have stuff again. I mean, I don't know where you guys are at. You might be fine. You might have stuff at your local grocery store, but that is the reason why I prep. Okay. If and my wife is like, God, it's like, I know she's like, this sucks. And I know there's people way worse off than we are. I was like, they're way worse off because we actually prepared for this. Yeah. Oh my God! There is a script doctor sighting.
Wow!
Batman legs.
Yeah,
what's up, man?
Oh, lots of calls this evening.
yeah. One of these days we'll actually be on the same stream again. Well, we are now, at least.
You guys are now, aren't you?
I moved the call to go an hour early so that I can make Pegasus actual, and then you end up doing it an hour early.
That's my fault, dude. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. But I'm glad that you're doing well in Texas. Their comics, even some of the other people who do some YouTube channels and social media that I've met over the last year out there are actually doing pretty well, which is good to hear. So I'm glad that you're taking care of things.
Well, they have Yetis like you to give them some tips, how to survive the cold.
Oh man, that's one of the reasons. I mean, if there wasn't like a travel ban, essentially because of the pandemic, I would have had no problem like just hopping on a plane and hitting up some people in Texas who I know there that need some help. Just because, like, I know how to drive on a road, but it's covered in ice.
I technically I do too. I mean, I got my driver's license when I was in Colorado.
Yeah,
but it's I was like going 20 miles an hour on the snow and whatnot. It was good. So Ed Stark of Shadow says, "Did you lose gas service?" No, we did not. You're very fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: it sucks. As much as this house is plumbed for gas, my range is electric. My water heater is electric, and I believe my heater is electric as well. So it's not like it did a lot of good.
What about the
it's-
insulation situation in your home? Do you have insulation in your home?
I do. Last year we had new windows put in, which were dual pane weather windows, and I actually had the attic line with radiant barrier. So the lowest I got was 48 degrees, but there's like some people saying that they got down like 18 degrees in their house. So
Yeah, I know some that got into the single digits in their home.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Imagine having children dealing with that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's when you start
my-
setting toys on fire to keep warm. Actually,
Oh, God, yeah, I heard people about starting fires in their home and causing the house to burn down, and yeah, it's bad, dude. I mean, it's like this is what happens when people are desperate. But it was funny because like another thing I was like planning on ordering, and I just put off was getting wool blankets. And as soon as I got power again, I fucking ordered wool blankets. It's not going to help me now, but it'll help me in the future. And like I said, I ordered those propane powered indoor heaters. So next time should be okay. I just need to make sure I get a carbon monoxide detector just in case. We have one upstairs, but yeah, it's always a good idea to have those as well. So.
Oh yeah, also like propane or gasoline electric generators are usually pretty good. They stand. We use them. In the film
I got one.
They're fantastic for outdoor during winter shoots.
Yes, they are.
But you put them outdoor, like 100 feet from your house. So number one, you don't hear it, but you can plug it straight into their breaker box, and then you can run the whole house for I think about 3 hours on a full tank. Which is not too bad, but it does get pricey because again, it's more expensive than your normal.
This is a little bit different. This is what I ended up getting was a Honda inverter generator. So it basically runs. Let's see, I think it runs for roughly 8 hours on I want to say it's a single gallon of gas.
Yeah, that's about average.
That's good.
Yeah, well, it's really good because it has an eco mode. So what it will do is it will rev up when you start it, you flick it, and it will basically cycle down and only cycle up when it needs to put out more power.
Yeah,
that's good.
And we were able to power like a lot of stuff off this generator for quite a number of hours. And like I said, I had, when all said and done, I ended up having like 15 gallons of gas, and we were good to go. Yeah, so I kind of calculated we wouldn't run it at night when we go to bed, but it was like 3 hours. Excuse me, I could run it for a day off of 3 gallons of gas. So, yeah,
that's great.
Like that's a full 24 hours.
Yeah, that's really good.
For 2 gallons, I can run it for 16.
That's pretty good. Now, the other part, too, is like you could get more. I mean, most people in their homes can get more out of their usage and less on power if they switched over to like LED light bulbs, which I did in my home.
We have a lot of LED lights.
Cut down, like my hydro bill dropped like in half easily when I switched to everything to LED, just because light bulbs take a lot of current and really rack up your stuff. Like I know computers that run on less power than a living room full of light bulbs, man. So.
That's is funny. Hank Hill would be filthy rich during this time. Yeah. And when I Sunday night when I went to the store, I was getting some stuff for dinner, and I saw they had a limit. It said propane tanks 2. They were limited to 2. I was thinking to myself, man, I should probably pick up an extra propane tank. And I'll let it pass. I did manage to get one Monday because I wasn't sure. It's like if I had to cook everything on the grill, I wanted to make sure I had propane. So I ended up not needing it, thank God. But the camp stove, which also uses propane, I was able to use that. But it was like the little green bottles. I had 3 of those that were completely full. So we were good there. Darius Munchausen for 2 American pesos. None of the super stickers were appropriate. Yeah, fair enough, buddy. Can you actually make that a little larger? Let's see. Mutant Bandhammer for 5. What's that?
Oh, no, I was talking to myself. I'm like, that was the wrong thing to tell.
Okay. Can you make that a little larger, Culture?
I wish I could. That is it, dude.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll try and circle through it. You guys hear about the Family Guy side character? He was going down on his girlfriend during a trip to Texas, but she was like, there's snow way. Being bad hammer for 5 American pesos. That's funny, buddy. Let's see. Toxic Man Flu for 2 American pesos. Comic Survivor Man. He fried an egg hardcore. Not that hardcore, buddy, but yeah, it's I actually had eggs, which was good because a lot of people didn't have it. And I was able to cook it, which is also a good thing. One of my neighbors from down the way, which is kind of like the neighbor of my neighbor, they didn't have anything. They had no means of cooking. So they basically went over to my neighbors to cook food. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I was good. This is why you prep, folks. Tip of flip for 5R. God damn, I can't remember what that is. 5R pesos. There we go. Did you get some appreciation gestures?
I guess from your wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a sexual thing
that sounds
because
like
you like know
let's put it this way: when you're gross, that's just not appealing. I guess if this was like the 1800s, it wouldn't be a big deal, but we're just like, oh, this is we were both disgusting.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Korea was the capital. Wasn't at the capital either. Okay. Well, it's like really fucking small font. Okay. It's the reason why I'm having problems reading it.
My fault.
No,
it is your fault.
It's cool, dude. We have it pulled up, and I can read it off of this other window here.
Okay.
Thanks. Further proof. I need to move to Southwest U.S. My plumbing / heating skills are wasted here in the commie form. Commie former state of Massachusetts. Yeah,
wow.
Dude.
That's a state.
Yeah, dude. Move to Texas. We need people. We need people that are free thinkers and whatnot here.
Survivors.
Not only that, starting up an industry there that can manage basically disaster scenarios like this. No, like seriously.
No, you're absolutely correct. I'm not mocking it. Toxic man flu for 2 American pesos. Nick Weiser, number 3. Come on, man. Cinnamon.
Toxic, you got to keep sending me those
right?
stuff.
Those
sending the flavors.
Are fucking great.
This is gonna be the best intro ever.
Okay. This is great. So, Carmen Steele says, "Don't lie. You have trouble reading all the time, blaming the font." No, it actually really is small font. But yes, you are correct. I have trouble reading all the time. I have trouble speaking at times too. Manowar 665, neighbor of the beast for 665. Let's see what you did there. Here, get yourself a couple of ounces of non-ethanol gas and antifreeze, which is great because the QT station down the street from where I'm at has non-ethanol gas, which is fantastic. Ethanol is crap. Tia Martin for 10 American pesos. Comics and panel. What's up with the extreme weather? Could this be weather modification because so many big corporations have exited California for Texas, or is it just a natural change of climate? So I was watching Canadian Prepper, and he was kind of talking about it. And again, if you believe in climate change, whether it's man-made, well, here's the thing: climates do change. To me, it's whether it's man-made or not.
There's not one sole proprietor. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, there is not one sole proprietor that causes climate change. Sometimes the Earth climate just changes because of cycles of the sun, rotation, all this fun crap.
We're in an elliptical orbit.
Elliptical orbit. There's this thing called the Little Ice Age you should look into. But odds are we are possibly in a warming trend, which could be causing this. But because the polar ice caps are melting, it's wreaking havoc with the jet stream, and the reason why we got this this winter snowstorm, which is like literally something that we've never seen like this, at least while I've lived here. We've had snow,
I think
but nothing like this.
36 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, 1983 or 1980. It was either 1983 or 1985, right around then.
Yeah.
No, it was 85. Sorry, because I just moved here in 83. That's the last time we got snow, but it wasn't like super bad. We had snow maybe like a decade ago. Again, it was like a light dusting, nothing at like the level we got. So anyway, what happened? The reason why we got that is that the melting of the caps warms certain or It cools off certain things, warms certain things, and it pushes the jet stream down. And that's the reason why we got all this like crazy ass weather. So there you go. But yes, I mean, there is like cloud seeding and stuff like that. And if you've read about HARP, like I said, when it comes to like,
HARP is pretty cool to look into.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, we joke about HARP being the weather dominator, the Cobra weather dominator. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but I mean, obviously there is cloud seeding, and China has done stuff to modify. I think you pointed that out in one of your chats.
Well, it's usually if you can produce large enough bursts of heat or large enough bursts of cold, you can wreak havoc throughout the rest of the world with it. Kind of like in a butterfly effect system.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. So there is like ways to manipulate weather, because I remember like in droughts they were doing cloud seeding to try and get to rain. So let's see. What's that?
The silver nitrate is what's required to do that.
Silver nitrate. Godzillionaire for 5 American pesos. That is fucking great, I have to say. To quote Morbo from Futurama, windmills do not work that way.
Oh yeah. The windmill style for wind farming is. I remember when Texas started announcing that, and I was like, no, you don't use the windmill. You use the corkscrew. It's easier to maintain. It gathers just as much wind, if not more, and it doesn't kill birds.
Yeah. That's the big problem. Is the
and you can get more of them closer together without having to space them so far apart as what they did. Like it. Yeah, it's just.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know about the corkscrew. The Supreme Heretic himself, Drew Taylor, for $1.99 sends a super sticker. Says "Super Alert." Your Muslim uncle for $4.99 American pesos has a game controller jumping up and down. Let's see. Clobbering Times for $1.49 American pesos sends a super sticker. That is a box of popcorn. Nick Weiser, you don't need to send me super chats, dude.
I've already gone this far. Too late.
Yeah, I know. Nick Weiser. God damn it, I keep fucking that up. 32 flavors of Nick Weiser for 15 American pesos. Happy you're back, sir. Go get some rice and water in case this madness repeats.
Just
yeah, just
I have one more page on the way. But if you want to move on to topics, I'll just keep going.
Okay. I can keep reading. Celtic Cross Studios for 5 American pesos. When it snows here in CS, excuse me, I got that backwards. I'm being dyslexic. SC. Thing people buy is milk and bread. Don't ask why. They don't think to buy milk and bread, I guess. Interesting. Now that was like the one thing is I had to go and make sure I had more bread for sandwiches and crap, because I picked up a bunch of salami and a bunch of ham, and we made some hot sandwiches and shit on the camp stove, which was great. Corey B for $9.99 American pesos. Some bank to buy a couple of brass rounds of 1/20th of a Gina Carano Black Series. Yeah. Dude, I didn't make it out to check my local comic shop to see if they have them, because I know that they did. And I was going to pick some up and some on eBay. I missed out on that.
Yeah, right.
But
Smart.
I got the Lego set that has the Gina Carano minifigs, so that might be worth something soon.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah. Good to see you back in the fight. Save dryer lint as a fire starter. Yes, that is true. You can do that. And I actually have some. We love Gina Carano. Yeah, it's really cheap. Fire starter. You can also use Vaseline and cotton swabs, which is also or not the cotton swabs, cotton balls, which is great. Speaking of travel bans, any comment on Ted Cruz traveling to Cancun on a jet, getting away while the rest of Texas ate snow? I'll be honest with you. It's one thing if a politician says, do as I say, not as I do. If you can get the fuck out of the state, I don't blame Ted Cruz one bit. Right? I really don't.
And if it was a pre-planned vacation, what are you going to do?
Oh, it was pre-planned? See, I didn't know that. Well, then he was going to do it anyway.
What pissed me off, I think it was like the New York governor, or I try to remember who did it, but they were in Mexico saying, everybody stay home, don't go anywhere. And the dudes in Mexico, that's completely different. I felt was pretty hypocritical. Now, again, that might have been a planned thing. Like I said, if you have the means to get out of a disaster, by all means, fucking take it.
Yeah, right. How dare he go on something that, if in case you guys are right, that was pre-planned. Just like if I had a trip booked to go out to Florida, I just gotta stop going just because, like, no, I'm gonna go, man. I want to go fucking Florida and see Florida Man in action. Don't tell me what to do.
You need to tend to your snow. Don't go to a beautiful place, exotic place.
I want to see Florida Man.
People are like looking to start shit because Ted Cruz is on the left shit list right now.
Yep.
I mean, there's plenty of other things that you could go after the guy on. That's like legitimate. To this, to me, it's not a big deal. You know, now, even during like the with the coronavirus thing, if the whole thing with that one it wasn't a governor, it was a mayor of a city. If they were like, you know, I don't know, it seemed awfully hypocritical to be in a pandemic and go on vacation. That's different. Okay. You're telling people to stay home because of this pandemic. Meanwhile, you're out of vacation. It's different when the mayor of or the governor of California is out at a party with a bunch of different people at a restaurant. Meanwhile, the rest of us plebs have to stay home. That's completely different. If people have the means to flee a disaster, by all means, I think they should.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thoughts on it.
Heard.
Toxic Man Flu is fading in for 2 American pesos. Nick Weiser flavor number 24. Fade in.
Fade in, brother.
Okay, what is the fade in thing?
TMF. Well, okay. What happened was, comics, is that the video that she posted was clipped for the Oscars YouTube channel, the one that everybody's getting on because she was talking about strong, empowered women at Disney Lucasfilm after leaking out that Gina Carano had been cut or fired without actually directly doing anything. But she's going to talk about strong, powerful women. While she was reading the cards for this video, she actually read "fade in."
Oh my! Who did this?
Kathleen Kennedy herself.
Kathleen Kennedy did. Oh
my
god! Fade in and fade out. Which you don't comment on key cards anyways. So
she said fade out too. Are you kidding me?
Yes, she did.
Oh, I need that clip.
But here's the thing: you don't put that on cue cards or even on a teleprompter, which means that was intentional to the script.
God, what a moron!
Yeah, right. Well, you put fade in, fade out on a script, so she must have been reading from the script.
No, they don't translate that to teleprompters.
Well, yeah.
That was a teleprompter thing because her eyes are moving with the camera stuff. So that is deliberately part of the script, possibly because it's about science and technology within the Oscars, and also because of an Oscar thing. So movie prevalent, you want to open up with fade in, and then you get into your speech. It's very stupid. It's been done multiple times by other people. But the worst travesty about this, aside from the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is presenting it, is that her presentation of this award overshadows the 3 people that actually earned the award.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right, Script. Thanks for bringing it home. I wanted to laugh at Kathleen. You're right. That's a damn travesty. I know. Instead of the people getting the recognition, I guess that they should have for getting those awards. You're right, and it's marred by someone like Kathleen Kennedy. The imagery that she brings. She is a very toxic individual. She is not liked at all. She has power and influence within Hollywood to I don't know, to somehow keep marshaling on with the access media protecting her. It really shows just how people, when you are such a disliked person, that people will go out of their way to let you know in any way they can that they do not like you. How is this not a PR nightmare for Disney? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand how they're
protected. They are protected by all this media. I mean, look at where the site is slant on. So when you look at where they slant, we obviously know where Kathleen Kennedy stands. It's so protected. It's once again why I've said so many times before, it's the media is even more powerful than the government because the media controls that perception. That's why with everything going on, not to get into another subject with what's going on with Andrew Cuomo, we're not hearing a lot about, but we're hearing more about Ted Cruz than Andrew Cuomo. But we all know what Andrew Cuomo did was objectively worse.
Screen if I ever heard one.
Right.
Just saying, guys.
That is true.
And the thing is, real quick, I'm sorry, I was listening to Accomplished earlier, and they were saying something that's quite valid, which is the media, the access media, is going to spin this situation instead of it being what it is. It's going to be, look at how this woman was attacked by the alt-right misogynists and such in media. I guarantee that's exactly what we're. I believe 100%. That's what we're going to see in the coming days. That's going to be the narrative that gets spun. Not that people are so upset with her mishandling, not only mishandling of the entire franchise, but how she's created a company culture that holds the traditional fan in disdain, open mockery and disdain. It's a poison that has festered over there for too long now, and until they get rid of it, and nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change.
Nothing changes.
Sorry, I had to preach.
No, you're right.
Fine. All right, Mr. Sickle Trunk for 2 Canadian pesos gives us the fox dog farting hearts.
You skipped Terminus, the bastard.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I did. Thank you. Terminus S for 5 American pesos. Speaking of cinnamon, here's an oldie but goodie of mine. What does Stephen Walton get when he puts cinnamon in his enema? A cinema.
Whatever. I thought you were my friend.
Oh, poor Steven, because everybody picks on him. Real Korean wasn't at the Capitol either for 5 American pesos. Mickey Mouse cloud seeded the 2008 Olympics, and 46 star, and I'm not really sure the stars, warned us winter is coming and it would be long, dark winter. The punishment for
President 46. Right?
Oh, President 46. Okay. Gotcha. Basco scenario, which is Geisgar for 5 Canadian pesos. Terrible damage in Texas, bud. Glad to hear you are good. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Culture.
Even if it went on longer, we would have been fine, which is good. I filled the tanks up before the water boil was instantiated, and plus I had the lifesaver, so we're good. The main thing would be staying warm at night. And like I said, once we get the propane heaters, that won't be an issue. You need some serious insulation in those houses. Yeah, Canadian style. 1998 ice storm, 10 days without power. Yeah,
Alex is already caught up, so sorry. Ben.
Yeah, I agree, dude. And my house I live in was built in the 80s. We probably had better insulation than some of the newer houses. Or maybe not. I don't know. But
especially the houses in the rural areas, they don't have that best of insulation either. And most of their access for utilities are like only a foot underground, as opposed to like the standard 6 to 8 feet that they normally require in order to avoid any like earthquakes or huge weather issues. Like Texas has some flaws there that hopefully can be rectified with an upgraded system. But again, like I can totally understand a lot of Texans saying, I don't want to have our tax dollars pay for that because it rarely ever gets cold here. I'm like, that's a fair argument. It is.
Well, here's the thing. If the jet stream is pushing cold weather down several times, if this happens more than just one time in a row, then it should be done.
Oh, no, absolutely. The other part, too, is like those types of designs are actually designed to be easily upgradable and also more efficient as time goes on. So unfortunately, you foot the bill now. And then you amortize its usefulness over the generations to the point where you realize that, hey, yeah, my great grandkids aren't going to have to worry about this as a tax item on their taxes because it's already been taken care of. But the problem is that you have that talking point of like indebting our children and grandchildren with all these taxes and stuff, which in some cases is absolutely true when they spend it on ridiculous, stupid stuff. But in other cases, it's like infrastructure that allows
it goes back to what I was talking about with prepping, right? It's they should do this stuff because it's a good idea, because it can happen. It may be rare, but it can happen. And this is why you have to do it.
And on top of that, it might actually help people out in a disaster that is not originally designed for. For instance, like if you get a massive earthquake or someone sets off a big bomb in your area, and hopefully they don't, you still have an infrastructure that can withstand that, and people can then still survive. If you have it like too close to the surface, or if it's an exposed infrastructure, it's vulnerable, and people will go for it intentionally if they want to attack.
Well, that's we need to seriously invest in infrastructure in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you saw like a few
years for 35 years.
when those not roads, but those bridges were collapsing, it's like that's a bad fucking thing.
And that's not even just for the collapsing. That's also for like using cheap contractors who just decide to do the lowest bid because, again, I completely understand it from a taxpayer's perspective. You don't want your taxes going to stuff that you don't feel like you're going to actually see the benefit to. And sorry, that's all I had.
No,
I don't know why I said at the end of that.
It's okay.
Ultimately, what I'd like to say is that that the infrastructure is the way it is because we started investing in things that didn't benefit the greater population. We started investing in ridiculous stuff. Yep. And our tax dollars went to things that were superficial. They weren't part of greater need. They were part of very superficial needs. And that's a problem. I mean, we've been doing that for a long time. A lot of people call them pork barrel items. There are certain things that, I don't want to pay for a museum. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so Tom, welcome, Tom. I see
you're
finally
saying
were
it's
able to
not
get in.
cheap and easy being green.
No.
Let me guess, you rebooted your computer, and that's the reason why you're able to get in.
I did it like 3 times.
Oh, Jesus.
That's really good, actually.
All right. Yeah, that is a really good Kermit the Frog.
Really
Kermit the Frog here.
That
Who
was a
does
pretty
it better?
good
Is
one,
it
too.
Tom or myself who could do a better Kermit?
I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to a mirror.
Kermit
You are talking into a mirror.
Anyway, so Tom is sharing this. I guess this must be the incident.
Oh, this is a new video coming of ours. Let me see if I can actually fast forward it here to the relevant
New
bit.
one? Who's naked on this?
I can't show all this because this doesn't come out till the morning.
We're getting a
This doesn't
preview?
come out till the morning. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Oh, sneak peeks. Fade in.
Here we go. This is so Comics knows exactly what the hell happened.
Upset and disappointed group of fans.
The Kennedy incident.
On February 16th, Kathleen Kennedy presented the fans with an opportunity to share what they really felt about her and the current situation in the comment of a YouTube video
Fuck off,
posted by
lady.
the
That's how we
Oscars.
feel.
As soon as fans actually caught whiff of this, the video was ratioed worse than pretty much any video since the trailer for Cats, Ghostbusters 2016, and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow.
The backlash was so harsh and so severe that the channel quickly disabled both the comments and the ability to like or dislike the video. By the time they did, the video had 100 likes to an incredible 10,000 dislikes. The moment the Oscars took action, though, all those comments of Lucasfilm's built-in audience sharing their feelings was lost forever. Of course, we can't have any of that. The Oscars reacting the way they did was entirely predictable. So both we and our viewers spent some time screen-grabbing comments. For the sake of posterity, here are a few selections.
Oh, beautiful. I love you, Rob. Thank you, Rob.
Amazing.
Good music.
Oh my God, look at that ratio.
That ratio's
Beautiful.
Is it still, what's it doing? Is it showing anything like
Oh,
supposed
it's
to?
showing
Okay.
comments
Yeah.
just speeding through.
Yeah, okay. It's not working right on my end. They're still figuring their shit out.
Oh my God, that is great.
Fade in.
This is what I get for having no power.
Oh, you missed.
Oh, it gets longer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
People
god.
hate Kathleen Kennedy.
No shit.
Every one comment
It's
that
not.
kind of is nice to her, and it's very not good.
Oh my God.
It's like find the positive
dog
comment.
account.
Leia.
Yeah. Jeremy's dog.
Yeah, I love that account.
Like credits.
It is like credits.
Oh my god. Do we get an after credit scene with the fade
there's
in?
more. Just wait, it's going to speed up.
Oh my God.
Hell, Midnight said.
We ain't got the
Oh, I
time.
think I saw an ass comment.
Oh my
But
God.
this is a game where you can actually go and pause and try and find your comment.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
I think we got almost all of them, but yeah. I can do this too, I'm sure.
This
This
is
is fantastic.
You just need to have
Poetry
an
in
exclusive
motion.
video where it's nothing but the comments that
That's
everybody.
pretty much what this video is.
Anna did the same thing too. She even like did the view reply stuff and all that.
Oh, there's an after credits.
There is, but you have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
Oh man, that's great.
Well
okay,
done.
let's get to some super chats, and then we'll get some articles to cover that I think you folks would find very entertaining. Okay, Ed Stark of Shadow for 5 American pesos. They used the fade in, fade out, clowning KK because they thought salute the Marines was too on the nose and might be noticed. LOL. Thanks, Commander Stark. That is hilarious. Critical Rambler for 5 American pesos. Hail Comics. Hope everything is staying warm and safe. We are definitely warm and safe now, which is good. And the only one, and I am the only one that finds WandaVision physically painful to watch. I don't know. Like I said, I really enjoyed the whole kind of like, 50s, 60s sitcom thing that they did. Now that they started getting to the 2000s, the sitcom thing kind of loses me a bit because I didn't watch Malcolm in the Middle. I actually like the series. I'm enjoying it. It's interesting. There's some things I have issues with, but overall, I don't think it's terrible. However, I will point out the fact that the whole thing with Gina Carano has definitely made me not happy with Disney even more than I already am, and I'm definitely not buying anything that has the Disney logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Toxic Man Flu is fading in for 2 American pesos. Script Doctor is there anything he doesn't know? Yeah, he's a pretty smart dude.
There's lots of crap I don't know.
Yeah.
Fountain of knowledge, my friend.
Don't be modest, Script.
I will say this though, comics. It's Ed Straker of Shadow, not Ed Stark. But that's your dyslexia, and I don't blame you for that. But Ed Straker, that's
Straker. Yeah, I keep fucking it up. Yeah, thanks for pointing out.
But like that's a show people should watch. That's a great show. UFO 1970. Yep. Ed Bishop stars as Ed Straker, commander of Shadow.
Okay, Ace Mr. Freeze. Comics Mag did a good dive into Texas weather. Cold spells aren't climate change science. Politics all talk, and U.S. infrastructure all over is bad. It certainly is. I'm not going to disagree with you there. That's something we definitely need to put some work into. And Ace Mr. Freeze for $4.99. Cruz is a senator. He has no power in Texas. Yes, he is. That's correct. His power is in D.C. What the fuck is he supposed to do? Yeah, exactly.
Not be Ted Cruz.
Not be Ted Cruz, apparently. Yeah. Just Cruz. Cruz sucks a lot. Doesn't mean he sucks right now. LOL. Yeah. Like I said, I've said this before in the past. I'm not a fan of Ted Cruz, but I'd vote for Ted Cruz over. I think I said I'd vote for Zodiac over Beto any day of the week because. Oh
yeah,
not fair.
And the thing is that while you're coming at Ted Cruz about things that he doesn't really have any power over, there are legitimate arguments or debates that could be made to his policies.
There's lots of things you can go after Ted Cruz on, but it's like why you. Yeah.
So usually how it goes, they never go for things where they can truly get like true legitimate ground. It's just going for these weird, absurd, nonsensical shit that they do. It's what they do.
Oh, and by the way, Culture, Parrothead gave me a screenshot of some of that. What is my shit doing in there with him? Got it. But I used my outro to promote the, Justin supremacy. I denounced Justin supremacy. So turn off your mics when you piss, guys. That's what you need to do. That yes, Justin, yes.
I'm not surprised that he was caught pissing. I haven't heard it yet or nothing. I don't care.
You sure?
What I'm more curious about is going like, oh yeah,
oh god, I had to pee so bad.
One of those good releases,
dude. Especially after a live stream, man. You're like that. You're like, oh my god, I gotta piss so bad. Yep. All right, Mr. Tickle Trunk for 5 Canadian pesos. Anna the Star Wars girl has a video of every comment. 42 minutes. It's on her second channel. Yeah, it was a couple of hours before the comments were turned off. Oh, man, that is
amazing. I'm watching that.
Freaking-tastic. Now, this is something I sent the guys before we got started, so I don't know if anyone looked into this, but did I send the right thing? Did I send it?
Unless it's porn, I don't click on it.
No, well, no, it's not porn, Tom.
Got to be the right kind of link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rob.
A 32 Flava Flav.
Here it is.
Wait,
What's up, man?
Something to say. Comment.
All right. This makes me laugh so much.
No, go
Fucking
ahead.
Jezebel.
Oh,
Who forgot to invite Chun-Li to Mortal Kombat?
I mean, and this right now is like, this is peak internet journalism, man. This is what we get from the game journalists and the entertainment journalists, and that's why, you know,
I need drugs for this.
not to toot our own horn for bouting into comics, but thank God for bouting into comics.
Yeah, here's the thing, folks. If you didn't catch what's wrong with this, Chun-Li is not a part of the Mortal Kombat franchise. She is a part of the Street Fighter franchise.
Really, comics division?
Thick thighs.
Hey,
thick
Nick
thighs.
Weiser didn't know this. I had to explain it to him. But
Nope,
hey,
did not
Nick
know.
Weiser is not a journalist. He
Right.
should. For him to not know this, it's fine. But this is coming from a journalist website.
I thought it was just more bending over to China. Because if you
No.
think about that, does sound reasonable in a perfect
It is
world.
legit. The person who wrote this is a fucking moron and did zero research.
No, they haven't played any fucking video games.
Yeah.
Jesus,
No, it's pretty obvious. I love this. This is so great. I'm not gonna read this first part because it's dumb and they're an
Hey,
idiot.
comics.
Yeah. What?
Before you go any further, this article, this is gonna be that part where I had to swim along.
Okay, dude. Hey, Nick Weiser, thanks for showing up and hanging out with us. It was
Thank you.
it was great.
Love this panel. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's okay. You can lie to me.
All right. Well, hey, thank you guys. It's been absolutely excellent. Also, I'm gonna pull a Vigilante Williamson. I'm at 230 subs. I'm 20 away from 250, and I see well over 100 listening on in. Hint, hint. I know a good amount of your sub, but check again. You never know. I did a video on Detroit style pizza from Pizza Hut. It did not suck. Spoiler alert. I also do Friday Night Comics after FNT. I'm going to be talking about The Last Ronin Part 2 tomorrow night. So come on in, check it out, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, guys.
Nick, do you have a Twitter?
I do. Nick Weiser.
Put it in the private chat for me before you jet.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I'm on
man.
minds.com, Nick Weiser, Instagram, Nick Weiser, Twitter, Nick Weiser.
I'm gonna bring you into a group to help build your channel, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Nick, you are a great person in this community, man. Love to.
And also, look at those chops.
Yeah, dude.
If Steven asks you to meet him alone in a hotel,
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't listen. Don't
You're missing one of those the Lemmy mustache from Motorhead. I actually got rid of this, but it's coming back. It will be back. Oh yes, it will be back. All right, guys. Be
Hey
well.
man, thanks for stopping by. It was great having you.
Take
I
care.
watched that pizza video.
Watch it. It's good. I promise.
All right. So yeah, we have this tweet coming from the Mortal Kombat movie. And here we go. This is the great part. But being the astute film critic that I am, I immediately clocked a glaring error in the film.
now wait a minute though. Did you double check to make sure this isn't like a Babylon Bee kind of website?
No, this is Jezebel.
Yeah.
We'll get to they issued a correction too, which is funny.
Yeah.
Where in all the realms is Chun-Li? If there is a battle for the fate of Earth, then don't we need all of the greatest warriors gathered, which would include Chun-Li and her spinning bird kick that can knock a man's head clean off. Sounds like a pretty big plot hole to me that the ultimate Street Fighter is supposed to be won by a raging team helmed by Sonya Blade. No offense to the Sonya stans.
They left out Katana and Melina and the other characters.
There's just so much stupid in this. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Absence of Chun-Li aside, the trailer.
This is like saying I'm so upset that King Kong wasn't in Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Well, this is like seriously. This kills me right now.
Well, hey, Drew, it gets better. Absence of Chun-Li. The trailer is the dog's bollocks, a term I learned from watching The Bridge. Also on HBO Max. If you're into competition shows, okay, whatever. If you know anyone who's British, you'd know that fucking term. Anyway, and the extremely bloody action-packed film, which is super realistic. Study on the cross-section of Kung Fu and elemental magics will premiere on April 16th. Choose your fighter wisely. And here's the correction. Updated 4:39 p.m. Jezebel has discovered the answer to our question about Chun-Li's erasure, and it is Chun-Li is not part of the Mortal Kombat universe or megaverse. Wow.
All right.
Way to journal. Way to be a journalist. Jezebel.
That is a new term. That has a new term.
Valero, staff writer. All right, Shannon.
That has a new term, Drew. Drew, you know there's a new term for that. It's called journalisming.
Journalisming is hard. Okay, it takes lots of work and writings.
All right, Shannon, I'm talking to you right now. Please learn how to write and please play some video games.
Do some fucking research. You don't have to play the games. Just do research.
Jesus.
I got a better bit of advice for Shannon. Get the fuck out of entertainment news.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which led me to tweet out the article saying proof that entertainment journalism is dead.
Well, it's just, I mean, Jesus Christ. You know, I as somebody that played Street Fighter from when I was a kid, and played Mortal Kombat from when it first came out. I mean, Jesus, it just drives me up a wall. Because
who wants to come help me put my Mortal Kombat machine together? I really want to play.
Oh, dude.
Did you got a stand-up cabinet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bought one up.
Dude, I would totally help you out.
It's been sitting in a box and I'm just looking at it.
Dude, you should totally put
Is
together.
it the actual vintage cabinet or did you just
No, it's one of those one-ups. It's right next to the Marvel one.
Oh, okay.
And so I'll have 4 all said and done when I get done here. So
Yeah.
I've got the turtles and the
I really feel like I need to build you a full-size MAME cabinet so you can just play whatever you want.
I want the.
Part of it is just to have them there. Like I like.
Well, I mean, technically, they have that with like your PlayStation or your Xbox. You just have to put it into a wooden cabinet with the TV.
Right. My main thing is I love like the Turtle Arcade style. I love that.
Yeah.
You know, in the Pac-Man, I got the wooden one specifically for that. You know, like, and then the other ones I just got because they were on sale, and they'll just fill out my little arcade.
You wouldn't be able to kick me out
I
of
don't
your
have
room.
any room for that stuff. I got room for other things, just not that.
You wouldn't be
I
able.
want the vintage Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet though, the real one.
The big one?
Oh yeah, dude. And I want a full
That would be pretty cool.
Street Fighter Alpha, and I want an original NBA Jams. That's what I want.
No shit, right?
So since we're talking about Mortal Kombat, have you guys watched the trailer?
Oh
Yeah, the Red Band trailer is the one to watch.
Yeah,
And,
the Red Band. Bomb.
it's I like it. It's intriguing that
There's a
they
Red
put
Band?
fatalities in it.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. This is awesome. Fucking Sub-Zero stabs motherfucker with ice fucking swords and shit.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked. If you can
And
find
you
a red,
fucking,
The funny thing, Bounding reported this, and I didn't notice it when I watched the trailer, but apparently he says finish them rather than finish him or finish her.
yeah. And then not only that, like, get over here.
That was cool.
yeah.
But I thought the pronouns thing was kind of funny.
I didn't see the what pronouns thing.
Oh, it was covered by
what?
it was covered by Bounty in the comics.
Yeah, I think
Instead of saying finish him, he says finish them.
yeah.
Oh, it's a thems.
Yeah.
Oh,
They,
That
I don't know, I
doesn't
get
bother me
confused.
all that much, but I just thought it was kind of funny. It's like, why would you put that in this movie?
Dude, the original Tron. Dude, see, now we've got everybody talking about video games. This is so great. I love the community. Sorry.
yeah, the old Tron game was really good too. But yeah, I don't know. Do you want to watch the Red Band trailer, Common?
Dude, it was so good.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Well, I mean, it's fight scene the movie because Mortal Kombat is written by the same person who wrote Wonder Woman 84. So don't expect any good.
Oh no!
Damn you!
It's just going to have great fight scenes, and I think it's going to be enjoyable for that. But
It looks good to me.
I mean, listen, they
don't
call a
expect
Mortal
that much
Kombat
plot.
tattoo on a guy's chest a birthmark, and all I kept on thinking of was that Naked Gun 2.5 joke where the environmentalist has the birthmark of Whistler's mother on his butt.
Strip. Strip. Don't care.
Yeah, you
Blood
don't have
knife.
to care. It's fight scene in the
Blood
movie.
knife.
It's gonna be
That's all
great.
I care about. I got a blood knife.
Blood knife.
And I got fuckers tearing each other's fucking heads off and shit. Guy's got a fucking heart in his fucking hand.
Yeah.
I'm there, dude.
Well,
We can
here's
go
the thing, man. If they do it right, you can get away with fight scene in the movie.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
get the Kano fatality in this one.
Yeah, we do. All right.
But what's really cool is you're going to see smoke in this thing, and you're going to see a CGI shot that has at least 40 composites overlaid. This is
Is it a CGI money shot?
Wait, which version of
it is,
smoke? Is
dude.
it going to be
This-
robot
this
smoke
is
or like
like
Ninja
me.
Gaiden smoke?
oh, dude, it's
I'll tell
amazing.
you what, there's been some people bitching about the blood, and I'm not a CGI fan, and this has got to be some of the best CGI blood I've ever seen.
Okay, let's do it. Let's check it out.
Beautiful camera tracking blend scene when Sub-Zero does a sword. Just watch for these things, guys. They're amazing.
All right, here we go.
You're going to get
I'm gonna
acclaimed,
mute
by
it.
the way,
I'm gonna mute.
just so you know.
Maybe.
No, you
No. Well, it's gonna go private
First
anyway.
learned about
So.
this 7 years ago on a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds.
That was pretty cool.
Look at this.
Yeah, I know he breaks off Jax's arms.
The target had superhuman abilities. It had the same marking you do, Cole. It's a birthmark.
Okay, all right. I think the reason why they're pulling this guy in is so they can have an Asian lead instead of a white
Well,
guy.
The first Mortal Kombat had an Asian lead.
Huh?
The first Mortal Kombat movie had an Asian lead.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's-
sure.
you just run with that character. He's in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what they did here is they took Johnny Cage and they turned him into an MMA fighter.
This guy named
Yeah.
Blue.
But yeah, that's the thing is I'm cool with them having an Asian lead. Just use the Asian character.
Yeah.
Liu Kang
Jesus.
or Kung Lao or
Yeah, Liu Kang. That was it. He was the star of the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
really good.
soul is mine.
Well,
Shang Tsung, yeah.
it's pretty much canon that Liu Kang won the tournament anyway. So.
Yeah.
It has begun.
It's
right.
like if you're wanting to the everyman, I can understand going with Johnny Cage because he's kind of the outsider, and they could have done the same thing with Johnny Cage. But if they wanted to have an Asian lead, just go with Liu Kang.
Now listen to the music too, guys, though.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, yeah.
What do you mean?
He was born with it.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking? I think it's an invitation to fight for something known.
I love that casting.
Some really nice fight scenes.
Fucking Scorpion.
Yep.
These are your champions.
I'm Sonia. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang. Name's Jax. Kung Lao.
And Raiden's actually Asian this time.
Good job. Raiden is not the Highlander.
Lots of
Yes.
places.
How many of my people you put in the ground?
We will not fail.
Kill them.
Hang on, I want to go back because I want to see. There's that chick that was licking the blade.
That's
It might be Melina.
Yeah, I was thinking Molina.
I'm thinking
Okay.
it's Melina, yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was Reptile.
They do have actually, if you're not sure, there's a bunch of character posters they released on the Twitter too.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is. It is
Like
my
on the Twitter.
That
Sorry?
was the
I
only
did say on the
platform
Twitter,
you got.
motherfucker.
Okay.
You got a problem with it?
No, old man, just pointing it out.
I'm gonna give you a cinema.
Look, that was the only thing PG.
Those motherfuckers hurt. They're damn.
Yeah, dude, they're a little spicy. You don't want that down there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Fuck you, Terminal.
Is it me or does the
Goro.
CG look the same as the original movie?
No, man. No.
little
Hell
variant.
no. Goro looks amazing. Goro was a fucking
great.
Goro wasn't CGI in the first one.
Yeah, Goro.
Yeah, it was.
He was
No,
good.
it wasn't.
For the wide shot fight, he was CGI. Yeah.
Just just a couple shots. Otherwise, it was all it was all
Animatronics.
animatronics.
There it is.
Sub-Zero.
Okay, check this shit out.
18.
Snap!
Yeah.
I want to see this now.
Yeah, I know. This fight is so fucking amazing.
Get over here.
Get over here!
I want to see this movie.
Look at this. No, it gets better. It gets
Dun.
Dude, it gets better.
What's that?
It gets better. The
Yeah, there
fatality.
was more.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
shit,
more.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot there was more. All right, fine.
And of course, the music.
Yeah, the music is well. New Line owns that music,
I
so
have a-
they have free reign to use it. So.
Oh,
I have a geek boner right now. All right.
Yeah.
Finish them.
Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
Beauty. I love that. It's a fucking beauty.
Love it.
Yep.
I can't wait for that.
Dun.
Dude,
I
somebody
want that soundtrack now.
somebody with HBO Max, we just need to have like a private watch party, invite some people in, and just fucking, sit back and watch that.
Dude, yeah, we should totally do a watch party. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The original one's good. I sat
Yes,
and
it
watched
is.
it in the theater twice.
I saw the original in the theater too. I
I
liked
saw
it.
the original in the theater.
The weaknesses in
It
the,
was the second one that was shit.
Oh,
the weaknesses in the original was they should have gotten someone who could fight to play Sonya, because if they had like a
It
fighter
was
in
Charlize
that
Theron
part-
originally, and she was training for months, but she broke her wrist.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't
And
know that.
Bridget Wilson.
Yeah, and Bridget
was shooting
Wilson.
Billy Madison at the time, so she couldn't do it. And then when Billy Madison wrapped, they needed someone, and so she filled in and trained during the actual production of that.
Well, it wasn't very good.
Which they
Well, she had like one fight.
That's what's funny is they tried to make she should have been like somebody a bit bigger, but I don't know what happened to her. Isn't she kind of like making a comeback script? I thought I read something about that.
Bridget Wilson?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
She took a break when she got married, I think, to have some kids, so she might be coming back. She did the voice for Sonya Blade in the 2019 video game. I know that.
Yeah.
Even Ashby, the guy.
Well, I
who played
heard
the
some
original-
rumors she has a cameo in this too.
Alan
Oh,
Ashby.
cool. Yeah, Lyndon Ashby came back as Johnny Cage for the video game also. Yeah, and but no, it was Paul W.S. Anderson who directed the first Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
right?
Nice.
No shit, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, he didn't know how to do a fight scene. So the guy who played Liu Kang, whose name is escaping me at the moment, had to tell him how to direct a fight, how to shoot a fight scene, because so many of them were getting exhausting. So they do a master of the entire fight, which you don't do because people get tired, and you can't do your close-ups and you can't do all your second units and all that stuff in the same day. So that's why Mortal Kombat, as good as it is, the original one is, it's kind of staggered. And on top of that, they had to shoot extra fight scenes which pushed back the production about 4 months, because the test audience loved it, but they're like, you need a better fight scene between Johnny Cage and Scorpion, which is why they go into that alternate dimension. Because originally that's just how the fight ended. Johnny ran away and then did a jump kick and beat Scorpion, and that was it. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then they added in the fight scene between Liu Kang and Reptile and Outworld. Is it Outworld? Yeah.
That's a great fight scene too, man.
Yep. And then because they realized that the one between him and Sub-Zero did not perform as well as they wanted to, and they couldn't reshoot that because the stunt guy who played Sub-Zero was busy on another project.
Do you know what the best thing is about that movie? This KMFDM did the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah, that was dope.
Well, what really sucks is the original version of the song you can't get on the soundtrack. You got to get the Immortals album to get it.
Huh.
Interesting. All right, let's get some super chats out of the way real quick. And we got this article, which is kind of funny. I don't know if anyone got a chance to take a look at it from a very reputable website, which I've never heard of. So first up, Mr. Tickle Trunk for 2 Canadian pesos. I'm very upset Rainbow Bright wasn't in He-Man. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Mr. Tickle Trunk. That's terrible.
I know that's the worst thing ever.
It is. Toxic Man Flu is fading in. When Valley Girl writers for websites on the next episode of Intervention. Yeah, where's Chun-Li? Why is she not in this movie?
Wasn't Wang Chung in this? I was pretty sure.
There's no way some Valley girl right now is going to know who the fuck Wing Chung is.
Yeah. Toxic Man Flu is fading in for another 2 American pesos. Jesus script. Can you let us have this one? LOL.
No,
not sure what that was referencing, but okay.
It was referencing Kennedy.
It is referencing the Wonder Woman 84 writer being the guy who wrote
Kombat,
which actually can only benefit the film, because if you go into it thinking it's Wonder Woman 84 but you enjoy all the action, you'll come out pretty happy on the other side, I think.
Yeah, probably.
All it has to do is be as good as the other one, and it already has a leg up being rated R. So
yeah, all it has to be is better than Mortal Kombat 2.
Which is awesome, because New Line protested against the original one being rated R for a long time. They said no, they wanted it to be PG-13, so broader audience.
Fucking PG-13 ruins everything. Wes Moody with a super sticker for 99 cents. It is a face going. At least that's what it looks like. The super sticker. Yeah, it's going to get captioned. God damn it. That's why I shouldn't do stuff like that.
Hello, Kermit.
Anyway, TM Martin for 10 American pesos. Comics. What's with the cannibal craze in Hollywood? Did you hear Stephen Muchin's wife has a new VOD flick where she eats a man's balls on screen? This is not porn.
Wait, were they Scott's balls? What?
Would you ever eat flesh if you had zero food in a shit hit the fan situation? Okay, I'm gonna say no, but here's the thing. Desperate people do desperate things, so I will never say never.
I'm gonna say this: when that shit hits the fan and everybody starts looking at the fat guy, just remember, motherfucker thought about eating you first.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, cannibalism really kind of freaks me out. But here's the thing: when people are starving to death, you do what you do to survive. So I'm not gonna say that it's a definite no. So yeah, it's gross and creepy, but yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. Alrighty.
Dare I say, when you're stuck in one of those situations, you do what you do to stay alive.
Yep. TVOvermind.com. Never heard of this website. It turns out Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is happening. Oh no, this seems like a fake article. Or maybe it actually is happening.
Didn't even get that joke.
Sorry, I was not paying attention, actually, but I did get the joke that Frank Marshall produced alive.
He directed it as well.
Oh, yeah, he did direct that. See, that part I forgot. I knew he produced it.
Anyway, what were you saying? My bad, comics.
Have you heard any rumors about Rian Johnson getting his trilogy still?
In fact, I went to the future to see if he got one. And he did. He did eventually get his trilogy.
And then you came back to the future?
I did come back. Well, I came back from the future.
Come back from the future? But did you go back to the future?
Not yet. I might go next Tuesday.
Okay.
But I got this tweet from 2042. Here you go. They still haven't confirmed anything yet. But the Rian Johnson trilogy is still in development.
My God.
Oh my God, that was fucking brilliant. Who came up with that?
I have no idea. I stole this from somebody.
21 years in the future and still not happening. Yep.
Oh man. When asking anyone what could be the best news scenario for Star Wars franchise to come along in recent years, some might have said that it would have been that Rian Johnson's plans for a Star Wars trilogy had been scrapped. Yes, that is true. I think a lot of us would prefer that to be the case because, fuck that guy. But of course, those hopes have been dashed, much as they were when the much maligned Last Jedi came out, since it would appear that Johnson's trilogy is still very much one of many plans on the horizon when it comes to Star Wars. And at this point, I would not be surprised, because let's be honest, Kathleen Kennedy hates Star Wars and hates Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is from a like a person that actually had to buy their way into a conversation with him. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I got to keep reminding everybody. This is like when they keep asking Alicia Silverstone if she would ever play Batwoman again, and she's like, "Sure." And they give that poor girl the idea that she still has a career.
Yep. Exactly.
Like,
oh my
working
God.
pretty steadily, actually.
It's like the last thing she actually did.
No, I know. Script reminds me every time. It's a joke, dude.
It is. Yeah, it is a joke, but I don't want people to take it literally, because she does.
What is the last thing she's been in?
That people know about? That's
a soap commercial.
What kind of soap?
I don't know. No, she's been in television and movies and stuff. I'm
she's
sure.
doing mostly television. I think she's in. Well, she's in she's a voice in Masters of the Universe.
Well, she was like a hot item, and now what's like the last big thing she's been in?
Batman and Robin.
Probably.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul, maybe.
Well, she would be playing. No, like that's.
She played the mom. Like she's.
That's what I'm
mom.
saying. She's slumming it now.
Like, well, no, she's playing moms because all anyone will cast her for is really moms. But like, she was in the Babysitters Club TV series. She's in a show called Eat Shit, Kenny Daniels.
What?
Did you guys forget? I just remembered. She was the original Pattinson. Remember that? That was kind of where her career took a nosedive, because everybody was picking on her for being fat in Batman and Robin.
Which is weird, because those were the reshoots where she had to come back to do reshoots where she looked a little heavier, because she was on a huge diet at the start of that production, and then
she went and had some pizzas.
She went. Well, I mean, could you blame her after doing some of the initial stuff beforehand?
Girl needs a sandwich now and again. I don't blame her.
No, the thing is nowadays they'd be heralding her as some brave and stunning woman, but back then, yeah, the media just went to town on her.
They did, yeah.
Now they've been in fat shaming, so we can't do that anymore.
Tropic Thunder as herself in the awards ceremony scene.
Was she?
Yep.
Yeah, but after that,
funny.
I mean, after that, it was garbage time, dude. She was in Beastie Boys' "Fight for Your Right" Revisited. I mean, she was shit.
Revisited.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Well,
Okay.
I guess that happened after one of the Beastie Boys was dead, because I don't think they'd ever do that when they were alive.
I don't know. I feel bad for her, and she's doing voice acting right now.
Yeah.
Well, she does voice acting and TV acting. She does. I mean, she's still working and steadily. So that's pretty good for any actor.
Why do I feel like Script slept with her once?
That's what I'm saying. There's a potential there for her to get that.
No, but I would say this: she's kind of made the transition from a leading lady to a character actor, which is usually better.
She's a trans?
No.
Transient.
Yes, technically she would be a
she's a
trans
transam?
She went from leading lady, from like Clueless and that stuff, to character actor. So she made a lateral move that better for her
she
career.
She definitely made lots of lateral moves, my friend.
I wish she had done lateral.
But she's going to be working like for at least another 20 years, no problem.
She did stuff for Weinstein then, right? With the lateral move stuff.
Was she one of Weinstein's girls? I don't think she was.
I don't think she was. No.
Well, when you start talking about lateral things, that's Weinstein.
No, actually, with Weinstein's girls, they usually end up disappearing.
You're making my fantasies really weird now. Culture, stop.
All right. First, let's be fair and honest here. The Last Jedi had a lot wrong with it.
Way too young for
her. And we've called it out as much as anyone. Did they? I have no idea. I never read your shit. This is in the article. It says first, let's be fair and honest here.
Oh, the Jezebel?
Yeah.
You're not
no, this isn't Jezebel. This is TV over mind.
Whoever that is.
The Last Jedi had a lot wrong with it.
Did it?
And we called it out as much as anyone, but there were moments of hope within the movie. Once we moved past the idea that Luke had become a crazed hermit that drank green milk from a giant sea cow, which ruined the character, and apparently to be afraid to even think about getting back in the fray.
Right. So you take the hero of the original trilogy and you turn him into that. The movie's over at that point.
Yeah, and it wasn't a test. That's the worst part. It didn't turn out to be a duck blind like Yoda's doing to Luke.
Yeah, yeah. They could have made it a test.
Right.
But they didn't. The hits only kept coming when people decided to defend this development by stating that Luke needed to come to the point in his life, to hit rock bottom before he could come back.
God. He's not a freaking drug addict. Fuck you guys so very much.
In a sense, it meant that turning one of the greatest and bravest heroes of the rebellion into a sniveling old hermit after he lost his academy and his students was a good idea. And it was necessary. No, it fucking wasn't. No. You peasant. I would say pheasant, but why not? You pheasant.
You normie.
Yeah. This is just one reason why anyone saying that Rian Johnson's trilogy is still coming might send shudders of equals amount of revulsion, fear, and anger down the spines of many Star Wars fans. I say do it because we'll be having content forever. From the most toxic to the most casual.
Wow. They had to throw it out there, like from the most toxic, from people who demand good storytelling and honoring the legacy and lore that came before them. Well, if that's toxic, I guess that's what I am. I hate how they spin that. You already know the tone of the author when you hear that, right? So it's having to. This person's having to admit that there are problems while also still shifting some kind of blame onto a toxic minority.
There were problems with the movie, but there was good parts.
Look,
and Luke being shit on was one of the good parts.
Right, comics.
Allow me to say this now. We found the two toxic bigot racists in the toxic fandom, and we got rid of them. Right, so just don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
about it.
Like they don't exist, and if they did, guess what? We wouldn't be friends with them.
Exactly, Tom.
Pretty much.
Like the people that don't understand this community at all. That's what it is.
If you got somebody coming out here like, I don't like this.
Here's the thing.
It's all about and all these Asian people and stuff like that. It's like, clearly that motherfucker's a racist.
Yeah, and we don't want them. Here's the thing. Right. It's all about protecting corporate property and corporate interests. That's all this is doing, okay? That is the reason why they call us racist, sexist, and misogynistic, because they're doing it to protect the interests of companies and the money they make over their shitty entertainment.
Right.
Well, why that's all this is about. Mandalorian, because it's everything. It proves everything they've said about us wrong. That's why Gina's just the first piece of this.
And Rob nailed it in his video when he's saying they call Gina toxic and bad, and all these fans that support her are bad. It's the idea. It just goes, see, this proves our point. These people are terrible because this lady's terrible.
Exactly, and that's where they see this show is like, okay, these people who like this show, they're the toxic ones, right? Because, so we got to prove them wrong. Well, of course, the only woman they like, clearly they only like her because she's a conservative.
Clearly.
And then guess who's next?
Not the fact that she's an MMA fighter and can actually beat up a guy.
I didn't even know she was a conservative. I didn't care.
They're going to get
Is there actual proof that she's a conservative?
Not really. And then they're going to get rid of Rosario Dawson next, and they're going to call her a transphobe. So they're she's a transphobe.
I seriously want to start a campaign to get what's his nuts fired from Mandalorian because of his posts. But as Rob pointed out, he's protected because of
he's got the right ideology, man.
I think
he has a relative.
Enough people trending fire Pedro Pascal. I think they'll do it.
If I was Carl Weathers, I'd be worried right now.
Look, here's the thing. Pedro Pascal is in great shape. His family were socialists. They fled Chile because of the person that took over power there wanted to democratize the country. So when Pinochet took power, they hauled ass to the United States and brought all of that thought process and their son with them.
Well, as I just said, once they got rid of Gina, then they're going to work on Ahsoka because they have already been calling her a transphobe forever.
Right.
And then they're going to come after Carl Weathers. Why? Because all three of them prove that every one of their fucking little theories wrong.
Tree Rock Creations says standing up to bullies is conservative. Yeah.
He came out and
Question mark.
supported Gina, so they're going to come after him. You wait. You just wait.
Yeah, I think you're right,
He's
dude.
next.
Oh, it's a ticking clock. Yeah.
They're going to destroy this fucking show. It's done. I've been telling people already. Enjoy Boba Fett because that's the last we're going to get of this shit. And people who say, "Oh, this is proof that there's a civil war." Oh, hell no! This is proof that they just lost.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think this is definitely proof that there is no war. Kathleen Kennedy reigns supreme.
It is time for we who have been hurt by
and so yes, them. I think we will see our Rian Johnson trilogy, which is going to be fun to make fun of.
And that's what I was going to get to. And yes, that's the thing is now in this moment, Kathleen Kennedy swung her big dick around. That's what happened. There was a group of people that wanted to tell good Star Wars, and that's what we were getting. And because those fans, and this, you know what this mainly boils down to is because we liked Gina to begin with, and she was seen as the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we cheered for Luke, because we didn't cheer for the Luke and Rian Johnson's movie.
Yep.
Right.
So they had to destroy this. There is a divide. I called it a Cold War, but this it didn't matter.
It's got hot now.
Kathleen Kennedy pushed the red button. She's like, fuck this, I'm nuking it all. She knows it. She knows it too.
So what's the next move then, Tom, if in your opinion?
Fuck them. Fuck them all.
No, I mean, what is their next? What is her next?
Their next move, they're just going to keep trucking along and pretending that everything's just fine.
What's going to happen is they're going to keep churning out garbage, and the access media is going to continue to protect corporate interests, and will continue to be called islamophobes because we don't like their crap.
They might not be able to churn out garbage for too many years because they still have that SEC thing against, like, kind of dangling over their heads, and it's still going through to a point.
Yeah,
and if they get caught, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Isn't it ironic the amount of money that they're accused of basically hiding is just about the amount of money that they would have spent on Star Wars and Galaxy's Edge?
Approximately $6 billion that I know of.
That's my
insane.
point.
Yeah,
isn't it kind of funny how that number is right in that region?
Yeah, it is.
Script doctor, I mean, you've worked in Hollywood for many years. Like, what can you even guess as to what Kathleen Kennedy's next direction is going to be? Like,
no, because she's never had this much power before, so it's kind of you don't have any metric to understand other than you're just going to toe the line to what. I mean, you're going to have Rogue Squadron come out.
Yeah, you're going to get Boba Fett. You're going to get Rogue Squadron. You're going to get Obi-Wan, and
you're going to get the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, but Mandalorian season 3 is going to go out with a fucking whimper. We're not getting the Rangers unless they retool it, because that was Gina Carano's show.
Well, I mean, that's still rumored to be Gina. I've heard more that wasn't her show to begin with anyways. That she would at best make a guest appearance.
The CHR article confirmed that. See, that's the thing.
The CHR article doesn't know for sure either.
Well,
they claim it's a confirmed, but I think they're just being hyperbolic.
Well, I think they checked into all this shit is what's going on. And there's enough proof now that this shit actually went down. And they've actually said right in that article, they're basically protecting the person who put this out there.
Yeah.
Because they know because they said it right in the article. They're protecting them from the conservatives.
Yep.
What?
Yes.
Did you not read the article so I could check this out later?
Let me see where is it at here.
I might have to do a video on or something.
One of the THR ones that said that they can't criticize the left. That's why they're doing this.
Yep.
They can't criticize the left?
Yep, that's the one.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, it was rough, dude.
Holy shit.
While you were without power, shit happened.
Yo, apparently. Dude, it always happens, man. It's like shit happens. Either I'm not in the mood to create anything, or, you're
taking a vacation of some kind.
Take a vacation, play some video games. What the fuck's going on?
The next time his power goes out,
happen?
I'm paying attention.
Yeah. Well, the thing that sucked, dude. Okay, so I started working on my next video for Unsafe Space on Sunday night, and obviously before shit blacked out. And so, yeah, I was going to finish it off on Monday. And of course I couldn't do it because no power. Get back on Tuesday. I contact Carter. I was like, hey man, it's like, I don't think I would be able to get a video for Thursday because I don't think, power is going to last very long. So yeah. So I'm so fucking pissed that I wasn't able to get my video done, but yeah. Honestly, the good thing is that I because this happens, I now have a better argument for the rest of my video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's weird. I mean, the thing is Tom was saying. I mean, there have been multiple people hearing the same kind of things. So we're in a place where we kind of understand what's going on, and Tom's not wrong. Season 3 is going to land like a wet fart, and it's going to.
They're hoping that Katie Sackhoff is going to be able to save them because
Nobody
of her
cares.
Battlestar Galactica posterity, but I don't think that's going to work.
She didn't have the pull that Gina did. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
It was cool, yeah, whatever, but like she didn't roll over as well as Gina did. Like Gina was like at first there was a little bit of some people were like, oh, she's kind of a Mary Sue, but then you had some people like, no, I can buy that she can kick some ass. You know what I mean? And I know some people had trouble with her grabbing like the gun and all that kind of shit. So yeah, her introduction to her character wasn't that great, but then as the show got going, she was the best part of that last episode of the season 1.
Yeah.
That I remember everybody saying. So like by that point, everybody was on board with her. And the proof is in the pudding because her toys were selling out. Her numbers were going up on the IMDb.
Number 1.
Knew who she was. And this was before all this other stuff. So
I never understood the argument about like her using Mandalorian's weapons. I mean, what type of Mandalorian who values weapons as their religion, and I'm air quoting there, would want to not share that with other people? I mean, the whole concept
that
of
was the
Mandalorian
argument people were making more so. Yeah, you're right, Script. And that was even the more argument. It wasn't so much her part of it. It was why would he let her use the weapons more so than the other way around?
Weapons to everybody in that village. I mean, it doesn't make
Definitely
sense.
some bad writing around that. I like the character. The fact that she could take Mando in a fight. I think a lot of things that people complained about was the whole thing where she was punching the helmet, which was, in my opinion, dumb, even though she did have reinforced knuckles on her gloves. It's like, why the fuck are you brawling a dude wearing metal armor? It's like punching a dude in plate mail. It's fucking pointless. Yeah, you may ring their gong a bit, but it's not going to do nearly as much damage.
Now, when they did that, it made me wonder if she was even basic or human or whatever the hell they call them there.
Yeah.
Because I was starting to wonder,
They use humans.
Yeah,
basic is the language. Humans are
basic is the language.
See,
if she
like
grabbed his helmet to pull his head or something like that, I could see that being more effective. But punching a dude with an armored helmet, it's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there was some stupid.
It's done in movies and TV all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's it's done in football, guys. We ring people's bells constantly in football. It used to be a move.
Yeah,
it was a fun move.
Well, there's something called face masking where they'd grab the helmet and yank their because it could fuck their neck up. And that's the reason why it's illegal. But yeah, I mean,
you box somebody's ears coming up. So you're in your stance as a lineman. You can come up, you punch somebody's ears with your hands. You clap the sides of their helmet. You ring the bell straight up.
But none of that shit's her fault. That's the writing's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, so then by the second season, though, she was one of the best parts of the show, and that's what everybody wanted. They wanted her own spinoff. And according to the article I just sent you, and then I also sent you the interview that she did with that other writer as well. And then she's got an interview, of course, she just recorded today that's going to be up Sunday with Ben Shapiro.
So nice.
Like, we're going to get
the Barry White interview was all right.
Yeah, Barry White. Like we've got pretty much a good idea of what's happened, and I've checked around. Like, so our video that's out there right now is pretty accurate from what I know.
We know what happened, and here's the thing. Okay, so here the idea was to get her into this show where she was going to be 50% on Rangers. She was going to be 50% in on that. You had the Night Owl show that was going to get set up for Bo-Katan's character, which is Katie Sackhoff. That spin was going to happen after the end of this next season, season 3. But all that's going to land flat. They have a problem. If they recast there are 2 actresses they've looked at to recast the character. Favreau's 100% against it. So
I've heard they're not doing it. Yeah.
Favreau's 100% against it. So we're in this.
She'll be killed off screen.
No, she'll just be forgotten.
Yeah, they're not even going to kill her.
Because here's the thing: Favreau's betting he might be able to outlast Disney than the current regime.
Yeah,
and if he outlasts them, he can bring the people he wants back.
Yeah, you got to remember this is more like a James Gunn situation right now. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit more, politically driven, obviously, but it's still similar in a sense that the article I sent you clearly states that this went above Favreau's head, but it did not go above Lucasfilm. So that means that somebody in the executive area at Lucas, there's only like 1 or 2 people who can make that decision over John Favreau.
Pretty sure it was Kennedy.
Obviously.
No, 3 technically. Kathleen Kennedy, Michelle Rajwan, and another person.
Yeah, that new chick they brought in, who we've heard is basically the one that KK's grooming to take over.
Yeah, because Rejwan is obviously not ready.
Michelle Rejwan is. I bet you $5 she's going to be the one to take the bullet for a lot of this shit.
Is Michelle Rejwan the one that fucking what's his nuts left?
No, she ate the X-wing in those promo photos. Yeah. But on top of that, there's rumors that there's people.
Wasn't she from Bad Robot though?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm going to tell you already. She's already on the way out the door. She's looking for a soft landing right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, she's not garnered any attention from her job position, so it's probably not lucrative for her at this moment for a career. And on top of that, there is a little bit of rumors starting to spout out that people at Disney are upset that Carano has gone.
Well, that's the thing I've heard too, is that there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people who support her or don't agree with her being fired, even if they're not in the same political sphere. Yeah, but they're all deathly afraid to say anything. And that's why I said, watch, the next person who gets hit after Rosario Dawson is going to be Carl Weathers, because he was one of the only ones who came out in support of her.
You really think that they're gonna axe Rosario Dawson at this point?
Fuck yes, they've been gunning for her for a while.
I know the Twitter mob has been gunning for her for a while.
She's next.
But she has the right politics, so
doesn't matter. We like her. Doesn't matter. Just because we like her.
Doesn't matter that she's dating Cory Booker. Doesn't matter that here's the other part too. So Disney is kind of upset that they've lost a prominent female character, because remember, Disney is the princess marketing tool of entertainment. And for lack of a better term, Cara Dune's character technically would be considered a Disney princess of Star Wars alongside Leia.
Right.
And there's people that are really upset that they've lost one of their marketing tools.
He's exactly right, because the whole goal of
they made the fucking decision though. They could have said
Disney
no.
didn't make it. Lucasfilm made it. That's the thing.
Disney could have stepped and said, no, you're not firing this lady.
No. It doesn't exactly always work that way. And that's the thing people don't understand. Like, and I mean, I know Gary's smart and other people too, and I've heard him say certain things too to this effect. And it's like, you have a structured system there that is, and I even got into this with Uche about it too, because he's like, well, I know what it's like because of the NFL. I'm like, dude, Hollywood and the NFL are two very different monsters.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, in Hollywood, when it comes to these big studios like this, and you've got multiple production companies, one hand half the time does not know what the other hand is doing. And James Gunn was proof of that. This situation is definitely proof of that.
That's fair.
But yeah, so like, I have a feeling that they were, because this all went down the night before their stockholders.
I remember that. It was leaked out.
This is the fourth time that Kathleen has kicked them in the nuts at the corporate level. If you don't think that, and this is the second time it's been public, the Bobs weren't happy pretty obviously once. This is the second time you have some people that are really not happy with what's happening at Lucas.
Yes, because they did not give Disney notice that they're terminating or not renewing Gina Carano for future projects in Star Wars. Like, they found out the same way everybody else did. That's how this worked. And that's, number one, that's incredibly, I mean, it happens often in Hollywood, but it's also considered very taboo and, again, uncouth, so to speak, because Hollywood invented the term ghosting. That's what they would do to talent, to writers, to directors. They'd say, we'll call you, and then they don't call.
And they never call them back, yeah.
And then you realize, oh, I guess I don't have that job anymore. Because you don't get a proper termination letter. You don't get anything of that. No call saying, sorry, we won't, like, you'll be lucky if you get a call saying, sorry.
Yeah, and everything was like work for hire. So you're like,
yeah, well,
they don't pay you for not working or anything usually. So.
Exactly.
That's
and
right.
Rarely, you can count on maybe two hands the amount of times like a prominent celebrity was in the midst of a contract and was terminated. In Hollywood, it's 100-year-long business structure. Like, a lot of the stuff happens between contracts, different points in time. Any type of scapegoat where they could claim plausible deniability of intent, Hollywood does.
And this is it.
Here's the thing, folks, and I've said this on Twitter. I'll say it again here. Stop giving money to companies that don't like you. So stop giving money to Disney. I think too, not supporting a company is not cancel culture, which is ridiculous. The fact that people say that it is.
Well, that's the other spin. Yeah, that's been going on.
Yeah, that's the other spin. That's fucking bullshit. But stop giving Disney your money. Cancel your services that you have that are Disney owned, like Hulu, Disney Plus. Was it anything related to CBS?
ESPN.
ESPN.
They own so many different things. So
yeah, they do. I mean, somebody posted this thing, and it was pretty funny. I replied back, "Oh, thanks for reminding me I need to cancel Hulu." But here, go out. If we can make them bleed, we're not going to be able to stop Disney. Disney's a juggernaut. But if we can make them bleed, we can make them bleed money, and that is the biggest thing to fight this shit.
Because comics, there was an article that was titled, I can't remember the exact original title, but it was something like, "No, people are not canceling Disney Plus over hashtag cancel Disney Plus." But they went and changed the title, even though they didn't change the article, because it's pretty obvious that people were canceling Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they were trying to put the spin out there that people weren't, and that people were just laughing at them, and it was only trending because people were laughing at them, and it was bullshit.
Yeah,
it's
bullshit.
And but the one thing I told everybody, and you're right, like Gary was right too, we're not going to be able to beat them. This isn't about beating them, and it isn't even about and we know
making them bleed.
Yeah, and it's almost impossible to ask almost everybody to cancel, obviously, or even some people to stay canceled. But you're right. If you do cancel, make sure you let them know why. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Because if you don't let them know why, they're just going to count you in with the rollovers. Go ahead,
and
Cole.
And the only reason that I was really happy to have Twitter in the last 3 weeks, was because I was able to see everybody posting pictures of the reason why they canceled their Disney Plus. Because they put a screenshot of the fact that they put in there because you fired Gina Carano or something similar. And that, it's a beautiful moment. I mean, when you can hand somebody back their stuff. And anybody who's a stockholder or who was involved in a fund that might own Disney or whatever else, you're in an ethical conundrum, right? Because their stock is overvalued. It's overperformed.
God damn! I wish I bought someone that dropped because
right?
Would it spike back up again?
It'll drop again and spike back up before the end of the summer.
Exactly right. Yeah, but here's the weird thing. So they announced in the quarterly the Q1 conference call. Of course, I'm tuned into all that stuff. But they announced that they are no longer going to report anything other than milestones as far as subscriptions for Disney Plus.
Fucking that is weak.
No, it is. And there's a reason for that. It's because right now churn has hit them.
Yeah,
they've been overcome.
Exactly. It's a way to obfuscate the numbers by not reporting it.
Yeah, and so we're going to just report milestones. Well, okay, except you're not going to be able to report the same the meteoric growth that you've had. The only reason you can do that is because you expanded into markets you weren't going to expand into 2 years ahead of schedule because of the global crisis we're going into. I'm not going to get you demonetized.
No, yeah. Hang on. Let me interrupt real quick. Here's another thing too, folks. Tweet at Disney saying, "I will not buy your stuff anymore because of this. I refuse to buy your products or a product with your logo on it. Watch your TV shows because you did XYZ." That's what we need to do. We need to do the exact same thing that these fucking SJWs do. We need to tweet at them in mass and let them know we're displeased because they did this thing.
Yeah, I mean, and we have power. It's as Gary said, as Jeremy said, or whatever. Jeremy impressed me, by the way. Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy Griggs, whatever you want to call him. He impressed me because he said one of the smartest things I've heard him say in a long time. Disney needs market share. They need market share in everything that they have. When they lose market share, they lose value.
They do.
So they when they lose market share at their theme parks, which they're doing right now because Universal's kicking them in the sack, and they're going to keep doing it because you have cheapskate in there undercutting all the budgets at the theme park level. You have the studios just actively destroying their own properties consistently, whether it be television or movies. You're going to be very disappointed in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. You're going to be very disappointed in Loki. You are destined for disappointment in the television product. You're destined for disappointment in the film project. Pirates of the Caribbean is going to fall on its face in a way that we haven't seen.
Well, the new rumor is they're getting Johnny back anyway.
Are you serious?
What?
We call it Disney appointment now.
Well, we're just in this weird place where they have one legitimate boy property left because they just took a boy property that they bought because it was a boy property called Star Wars, and they converted it to a female property. So you have Pirates of the Caribbean, which they were flipping over to a female property. Then what you got? There's no boy properties anymore. You're back to Princess Farm. Well,
yep. That's what they want, right?
Well, I mean,
so hang on, guys. Let me address this comment. Slithering Peanut says they don't care comics division. They have more revenue streams to cover it.
This is true.
Do they? I mean, the theme parks usually make a lot of money, and they've been taking a huge hit from that.
Comics, this is the thing, and you should know this from your Great Reset and all your other stuff that you do.
Yeah,
like that's why they're trying to relocate the wealth or whatever.
Oh yeah, the transfer of wealth. Yes,
transfer of wealth. Yeah, that's what this is partially about as well. That's how they can continue to fund this shit. And then
where are they getting their money from at this point?
That's how they're going to keep funneling it out of other places and finding other ways of getting it.
They
and you
can
have
pass
enough
off debt to the various different subsidiaries.
And then
well, it's like with Amazon, I get that because of the fact that everybody's been buying stuff because of the pandemic. With their theme parks being closed, I know a large amount of the revenue comes from theme parks.
Yeah, but they also have, this is the thing that nobody understands. They can leverage everything that they can leverage it. They built a war chest on a favorable, equitable financial exchanges that they could. They borrowed money as we waded deeply into this global crisis that we're in. Again, trying to keep you monetized. So
I have to check out. I don't know if we were monetized or not.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so if regardless, so they did that early on to give them a war chest to prevent them from being bought out in a hostile takeover or something.
Oddly enough, we were still monetized.
Yeah, along the way. And then as they proceeded forward, they have substantial real estate holdings that they can leverage. They have untold wealth there. They can leverage and leverage and leverage and leverage.
Disney is almost too big to fail. Almost.
Well, no. See, there's a point at which your CapEx exceeds your valuation that you start to become a liability in Wall Street. So it's
Bank of America had the same thing too.
I'm sorry, who?
Bank of America, any of the banks. That's my point, Culture, and that was what I was going to say before. Is look at this. I had about a dozen people get a hold of me right after 4 weeks ago, when they announced all these movies were being pushed off to next year. They're like, "How can they do this? How they can do this?" It's like, who's the president now? There's your answer.
Yeah,
they're getting bailed the fuck out. That's how they can do this. There's your answer, Culture.
I know what the answer is.
The bailout party is running things.
And that's the problem is as a taxpayer, you have to say, I'm done with this. If I don't want to give Hollywood billions of dollars when you can't even manage giving me $1,600 to last me through July.
What are you gonna do? Not pay your taxes? I mean, they'll come to your house with guns and take it from you.
That's the problem we have now. That's where we're stuck in this situation, and that's where we keep telling people that this woke go broke thing, it only works when there's people not giving them money.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're at a point now where people are giving them money.
Stop giving them money. It's really easy. Cancel Disney Plus is your first step. You got to cancel ESPN. You got to stop giving money to AT&T. AT&T controls a lot of media properties as well. So that means your DirecTV's got to go. With the exception of your internet, whoever that happens to be, you don't need anything else for entertainment. You can get rid of all of this trash. And the thing is when they realize that and everybody's moved off of what they're trying to produce and everybody's watching their old DVDs of their old films that they love and appreciate, they have a problem. They don't have the vehicles that they used to have. Even Comcast is struggling right now. And everybody's been laying people off. There's another phase of layoffs coming. They're going to replace humans with automation. It's going to continue to happen, and that's the biggest problem. And this is in fact, comics, you're going to talk about this. I know you are. The fact that automation is going to make up for the fact that they're not going to pay $15 an hour for a minimum wage employee.
Well, here's the thing. Automation can only take you so far. And this is part of things I'm going to be pointing out in my next Great Reset video is that just look at the severe weather that we just went through. How is that going to affect automated cars? How is that going to affect drones that deliver things?
You're going to need a lot of human maintenance workers to fix those automations.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: in a blizzard and a snowstorm, that shit ain't going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you to prevent
the odds of them building
automated cars from hydroplaning? I mean, I don't know much about automated cars, but what that shit is going to has that been tested?
We live in a country where you can't even get an election right.
Yeah. Here's the thing: you have to be able to build to a code that can withstand those types of situations. And unfortunately, a lot of the infrastructure for companies is not to build in the eventuality of a failure, so to speak. It took decades before cars were actually designed so they wouldn't blow up anymore.
Yeah.
But you're also at a point now where comics, you drive in a car that already has traction control.
Yeah, I do.
That already has GPS. You drive in a car, so I'm not worried about automated delivery systems. I mean,
okay. One of the whole things with the Great Reset is that shit's gonna be delivered to your doorstep by drone. Drones aren't gonna fucking work in the snow,
unless they build them to work in the snow. That's the thing, and they're not gonna pay for that.
Yeah, you already have tactical drones that work in any weather condition.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We shall see. Nature has a way of subverting technology.
So yes, that's true, and so do humans.
Yeah, we do. But here's the thing: what typically happens with humans when it comes to like very bad storms, we hunker down. When you don't own anything and shit can't get delivered to you, what are you gonna do?
No, you're gonna get mad.
No, I mean, on the government. That's the reality, man. I mean, when they're trying to say that I don't own a pasta maker, I'll just have one delivered to me so I can make pasta. It's like, well, if you're caught in a fucking blizzard, I don't think that's going to work out very well.
Yeah, I think people
just saying.
Oh, but here's the thing: people don't understand the limitation. This is why you and I prep. People don't understand the limitations of the infrastructure in which they live.
Right, and I think this whole thing is a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Culture.
No, there's just a certain point at which supply lines can be compromised. We've seen.
Well, the other thing too is hacking. I mean, that's another thing that I'll be covering too. But there is such a thing as severe weather, and there is people are going to hack shit.
One thing I've learned in the last couple of years is that we're fucked as a society because we're in 2021, and when we can't get anything to work right on the internet. We got areas of the world that, and not just this country, but just as a world as a whole, we're fucked. We can't get shit right. When the voting on American Idol is more accurate than any country, when, we've got the internet in our hands constantly, yet we can't even we got idiots out there writing fucking articles like, where's Chun-Li in fucking Mortal Kombat? Yeah. I think it's pretty obvious, especially when you got idiots getting naked and sitting in the middle of the fucking road and burning down buildings and everything. I mean, we've reached this fever pitch of stupidity. It's like, no, we should be smarter than this. What the fuck happened? We regressed as a society, as a people, and I'm ready to just go like, you know what? I'm done.
I want to address a comment real quick. So Tim Martin says they got drones that can carry 150 pounds plus now. That's not the issue.
We can barely get to the fucking moon.
There's a reason why they de-ice planes is so they don't freeze up. This is something I don't know if they've taken this stuff into consideration with drones. Yeah, but you're gonna have to have human workers to go and de-ice your drones for them to function appropriately.
Well, not only that, like most turbine technology is freezer proof, and I know this because one of my best friend's fathers designs and manufactures turbines, and it's like their default design.
Unless you're in Texas and you don't winterize your shit.
Yeah, you just have you have to really skimp on materials in order for a turbine to freeze, and that's the thing.
Well, here's the thing: is it cost effective though? When it comes to a drone,
yes,
when it comes to drones to deliver stuff, is it cost effective to put that stuff in there? I don't think so.
Okay, from a short term profit thing, no. You have to go cheap as you want, but for long term, where you amortize that cost over multiple deliveries and it won't fail, it is cost effective. But no company wants to think that way because most of the time, companies don't expect to survive past 5 years.
Yeah. And there's a lot of, but see, here's the other thing. I mean, I can buy hardened drone right now, something that's hardened against electromagnetic interference, et cetera, et cetera. You can buy all that stuff. It's commercially available off the shelf. It's retail available off the shelf.
Geek Time TV is saying, how would you solve the icing problem? Well, you don't use drones to deliver shit.
Oh my God, no. That's the Iron Man quote. How did you
bypass the power conductor?
How do you solve the icing problem? Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, no. But here's the other thing: drones don't fly at that elevation. Comics.
So, I'm talking about in snowstorms. They de-ice planes because of weather, extreme weather, not just because they fly high and it's colder up there, but with a drone flying around, it doesn't get as high, but snow is going to stick to it. Sure. You have issues with sleet and rain getting onto it and icing
High
up.
winds can set it off course temporarily.
There's that too. There's a lot of problems with this stuff.
Your vagina candle's going to get lost over Kentucky, folks.
It will. And it will get delivered to the wrong person, and you'll lose your vagina candle.
No. Okay. So So this is when you get into material sciences. Material sciences, you create coatings that don't allow for the accumulation of any substance on the exterior fuselage. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do to anticipate these things. It's just a matter of, are you willing to invest the money in a composite that will allow for that to happen? Because
actually, a good example would be Concorde. Remember Concorde culture? Concorde planes were like state of the art. They didn't freeze. They could travel from the US to the UK in under an hour. But the thing is, as long as they lasted far longer than they should have. They had to discontinue it because they weren't making enough money to maintain and keep them in production. And that's just because the only way that people could use them is if they could be affordable, and most people couldn't afford it at the normal price, so they cut down the prices so they could at least use it, and hopefully we're expecting to expand as a result of that, but it didn't work out. And so the Concorde no longer exists.
The airframe, here's the problem also.
I remember when they retired that shit too.
Yeah,
the airframe.
I was going to stop sharing this article. I think we're done talking about it.
Yeah, no.
Ryan's not coming back.
He ain't coming back.
Who isn't?
Ryan Johnson.
No.
The airframe design of the Concorde was about 30% of its problem, and you ended up with fractures in its actual in its bones, and so it was going to have a limited life anyway. But composite materials, again, from a material sciences side of things, they've come farther along than they could have even considered at the time that they actually started building those planes. I think you'll see a super sonic air fleet in the near future. I have no doubts about it.
Was it aliens that gave it to us?
But first, don't undermine humanity's ability to be ingenious when it comes to.
I feel like we're picking fleas off the back of flies right now. Seriously, I love the nerdy conversation, but we've gotten so far off the main topic. I think the main point Comics was making is, yes, we're on the verge of, and I were making too, is we're on this verge of like a fucking crazy Wall-E society, folks.
Yeah, we really are.
We really are.
That's what happens when you
the thing is so scary when you remove people from the understanding how to survive on their own. That dispels fucking mass tragedy when bad things happen.
First,
what do I do? I don't know how to. I don't know how to open my can of beans without the electric can opener. I'm screwed. I'm going to start. I mean, seriously, we see this shit right now in Texas because of the severe weather. You have people saying, the power's out. Get the power on. I can't feed my children. And it's like,
put water on it, like out the toilet.
Drink water, like out of the toilet. Yeah, I mean, shit. This is what I'm talking about when we're making society stupider and not being able to figure out how to survive. I know this is like going back to the very beginning of what we're talking about.
It's idiocracy. I mean, freaking The Rock, he's like, well, if people want me to run for president, I'm like, yeah, that's what we need. President fucking Camacho.
Shit's bad, y'all.
Exactly.
It's real bad.
Yeah. Put water on, like out of the toilet. I mean, that's where we're at, pretty much.
But we got this guy. Not sure he's going to fix the crops.
Okay. Let's get these super chats from what's called.
He's gonna fix the economy.
I'm tired.
He's gonna do it all in a week.
In a week? Okay. From All Out of Bubblegum for 5 American pesos. Someone said earlier today that Pattinson was found doing the nasty on the Batmobile. What do you guys think? Is it true?
Was he bagging some broad on the Batmobile?
I'd be really surprised that Zoe Kravitz's bar was so low for when it comes to suitors.
Dude, did you see
High Rome?
Her bar was really low.
Wait. Did we see what?
High fidelity.
Oh, no.
No, you also got to remember these people are like isolated with a lot less crew and other people that they can mess around with, and that's typical of the leading lady and the leading man. It's like,
so they were hooking up on the Batmobile.
Yeah, they got caught supposedly porking on the Batmobile by Matt
kudos to Pattinson. Then I guess
that's some boss ass shit, right? Comics, like
she's not bad looking, man. So,
dude, if you can get somebody's ass print on a car, you're doing well.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably what they were more pissed off about than anything. Was like,
how are they going to buff this out? Yeah,
that's a multi.
How do they buff out Zoe Krav's ass print on this car?
Right, he's owning the character. That's all, you know.
He owned that character.
Made love stains on the Batmobile.
Yeah.
You know, just streaks if you don't clean it up right away.
It's true.
Anyway, Cats Aspire for 2 American pesos, and the thing just jumped on me. Hang on a second. Hope all is well for everyone in this cold winter. Yes, you know, luckily now that we have power again,
the new
things are good. Cats Aspire for another 5 American pesos after 3 Fantastic Four reboots, 3 Hulk reboots, 3 to 4 Spider-Man reboots. It's painfully clear no one is in this for the long run. I gave up on Star Wars long ago. I don't blame you.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, indeed. The Gay Rascal. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello. For 349 euros. There we go. Beep bop boop. Yes,
he's super. Indeed. Thanks for asking.
Natural Selection Man for 5 American pesos. We should all support Sandra Kuba on GoFundMe. She is trying to hit Disney where it really hurts the wallet.
The wallet.
I'm not familiar. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious.
Let's be real. KK is threatened by her. Why? Because I want to see a fucking death match in the ring between those two. Fucking get Tina Turner in there to fucking like 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Shit, yeah.
Do you remember it was
Help Walt Disney whistleblower Sandra Kubra?
That's from the
whistleblower.
Stuff.
Yeah, she's the one who's talking about the FCC stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Now she's filed a lawsuit, basically.
Gotcha.
There's a minimum 2 financial investigations that have been going on now close to 4 years. We're almost at 4 years now, kids.
All right, I'm gonna drink this. I'm gonna drink this up. I'm gonna drop this in the chat so people have a link to it.
No, let's be real. Why is she suing them now? Because they probably dropped the case since regimes changed.
Gotcha.
It'd be really hard to do that.
Yeah, actually, her lawsuit would do anything but actually incite more action onto the official investigation in cases, because if there's a ruling placed, it then opens up for other court cases to proceed. So you can take a look. There's a movie that actually explains this a little bit. It's got Brad Pitt.
I get what you're saying.
I think it's got Kevin Bacon in it, where they go after a guy in a murder trial, but they bring up all this other stuff to I think it's called Sleepers. And they bring up why he's this bad dude.
Sleepers is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's because of this horrible time these kids had in this boarding school, like this juvenile hall boarding school type of thing. And because it was put in court,
Kevin Bacon in it.
Yes, it opened up an investigation into this person to go to trial for criminal charges and prosecution. And that's what I think this person is hopefully trying to do with this lawsuit, is put it on the legal record that there's fishy business going on in Disney to further those court cases that are pending and those investigations that are being
Dustin Hoffman.
Hang on, guys. So Commander Ed Straker of Shadow Comics Vision, Robert Pattinson's theme song should be Sex on Wheels by Lords of Acid. By the way, that was not Lords of Acid. That was My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult that came up with that song.
The Thrill Kill Cult, America's most dangerous cult.
Yes, America's most dangerous cult.
Sleepers.
My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. Sorry, I'll stop.
I got that on Blu-ray. It's got a hell of a cast. I think it's still in plastic. I gotta watch that. Last time I watched it was on DVD.
TKK, man. I wish I saw them live. I never had an opportunity to see them live, but oh my god, I love TKK. Anyway, Sporky News Podcast for 149. He gives a super sticker that is a hot dog. Sorry, Culture. Go ahead.
We accept wieners in this chat.
You always want to check to see if you're standing on plastic. Things I learned from action movies in the 80s.
Talk to Van Flu is fading in for $5. Never underestimate the stupidity of humans and groups. I mean, please. Are Cleveland Brown fans right, Supreme Heretic? LOL.
Hey, so how many quarterbacks have you guys been through? Because I used to watch this great YouTube channel, and there was a guy. He was a huge Browns fan, and he went through a list in music form of just all the quarterbacks. Yeah, it's so great.
Probably, I don't know. It's something like 18, something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
guys rocks. So, yeah.
But
I mean, I love you, but
thankfully we actually have one now.
Nuh-uh.
Right. The hell we don't.
They're gonna draft one, dude.
Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback, dude.
He is, but they're gonna draft another one this year. I promise.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
All right, final super chat, and then we're calling it good. The Jack of all casuals for 199 American pesos. Idiocracy was supposed to be a comedy, not a prophecy. I agree.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So true. Funny how it seems. Always in time.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm going to butcher your name. Brian Ludowski. Hopefully I said that.
Lewandowski.
Much like
Lewandowski for 149 American pesos with a very phallic unicorn.
That's officially a live stream if there's a unicorn in the.
Yes, it is officially a live stream. So let's go around the horn, starting with Culture Casino.
I have a channel. I have actually 2 channels. I'm going to have a 3rd channel tomorrow because I'm launching Culture Casino News, where I get to actually vent a little bit more than I do because I'll talk about things that pop culture or pop culture news. I'm very excited about that because I didn't get interrupted these by people who are inferior to me.
Yeah, you're kind of choppy, dude.
Well, fuck everybody. God
yeah,
damn
the internet interrupted you.
Hey, choppy.
And then we have author Stephen Walton himself with a very nice haircut. How are you, sir?
Thank you. Well, it's not a haircut. Everything's a ponytail.
Oh, you pulled it back. Okay.
Yes, but thank you guys very much for being here tonight. We appreciate you. Hail to the chat show. Wouldn't be anything without you. Please subscribe to all these wonderful people on this panel, including the guy who normally gives us a long-winded outro. Be sitting here waiting for like 10 minutes. Culture Casino, but his internet gave out on him. So please subscribe to him anyway. Now, he's really informative. He's one of the best up-and-coming YouTubers we have. Please be on the lookout for smaller channels that are up and coming because there's a lot of them, and do our best to promote them. Thank you guys for sharing out the video, liking it, for subscribing to Comics Division, and supporting all of our alternative channels. I am author Stephen Walton. Come check me out where I rage. I don't really rage anymore. I just kind of laugh. I'm completely disconnected from Disney Lucasfilm at this point. I don't care. I'm just an observer. Yeah, I don't even care. That's exactly. So I just do that kind of stuff. Thank you guys very much for being here. Hail to the chat. And be good to each other. Peace.
And we all know when we're done live streaming, he's going to be going for a cinema.
What a jerk off. I'm surrounded by dicks. This is why you shouldn't even get a YouTube channel. Everything I said, fuck it.
It's a gay fantasy.
Oh, dude. I had to leave him maximized just for that comment, too.
Jerks. This is the kind of friends you're
I love you, Steven. I really do.
This is the kind of friends you're going to get on YouTube. Even Drew's a dick. Don't let him know.
I'm surrounded by dicks. Gay rascals like, I fail to see the problem.
I am 100% angelic. I do not.
What, you're jealous?
I do not falter. I'm a very, very above.
You live in Ohio. It's like purgatory.
I just want to let you guys know I'm 100% Satan.
Freezing is that phone.
I have a YouTube channel. I'm nobody though. I just
don't say that.
I exist, but I'm trying to make content. I have a couple videos out courtesy of the awesome Culture Casino. He is a guest star on both of those videos. Like and share them, please. And if you feel like subbing to my channel, I'm at 484. You want to get me over the 500 mark? That'd be great. My birthday is coming up on Monday. My celebration is on Sunday, and nothing would be better than to have a 500 sub celebration along with my birthday stream on Sunday. So, if you want to do that, please be my guest.
If you live in Ohio, send him beer. He needs more.
Beware.
Yeah, I'll take the beer. Yeah. But besides that, I write for boundingintocomics.com, and I have the Pegasus Actual podcast every Thursday. And I just want to say I'm very thankful to all the friends I have on this panel, in this community. Thankful for you guys that support us in the chats. And, man, it's awesome to just be a part of things. And I love you all.
Love you too, brother. Hail.
And also, Tom, Gay Rascal responds back to you saying, surrounded by dicks. Sounds like my youth.
Told you.
Love that guy.
And finally, we get to the very bearded whitest man on YouTube, which is the Script Doctor. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been actually very fortunate with getting doctoring jobs and writing gigs over the last few months, and they've been stacking up. I just got off a call today for another one, which is very helpful. And yes, but in the meantime, I do have a YouTube channel. It's got some evergreen content on there where I analyze and break down television episodes and movies. So feel free to check that out over on youtube.com/scriptdoctor. And you can follow me on Twitter at scriptdoctorphd. And I think Culture Casino needs to grab James Earl Jones so he can do the This Is CCN for his Culture Casino news.
This is
CCN.
CCN, yeah. I think that'll work well. It'll also be funny.
I know I do. Hey, so I'm going to hire Tom to do that instead, Script.
Damn. Rejected.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Last but not least, the man who gets around but does not have any social diseases or STDs, but is forced to watch STDs for his YouTube channel is Tom.
Very true. Very true. And Script, hey, if you get too much work piled up on you, just throw some my way. I need to buy a TV. So,
damn.
Like if you need any help, just let me know. I'm actually pretty good. Yeah, you know where to find me.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
What the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Who's watching porn?
But RDV stops by. Holy crap, comics, how are you alive? Everyone is making it sound like Texas is frozen to death. Well, Texas is actually frozen to death. It is very, very cold. It's been a rough week because I spent most of it without power. But yay, they fixed the transformer in my neighborhood, so I actually have power again. So yeah, I mean it's been pretty bad. I mean the house was pretty cold, and some people did die in Texas, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, it's been pretty bad. But like I said, it's the reason why I prepped, because I was prepared for this.
I hate you, Culture Casino.
Is your sphincters feeling a little extra?
Oh, Tom.
Not so fresh.
Clean it out with Walton's best sphincter bleach.
Really tried to shift this whole thing to Scott's vasectomy, but it's just not helping.
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given.